Okay. Getting really fucked with the destroy all humans drop. Cause like PlayStation couldn't even so much as pre-order. Now it's after midnight, the game is out, and the game won't be excuse me, the game won't be on the PlayStation Store till probably like 11 o'clock. All right. Final stretch. Oh wow, this is the win record game. So we've got the East, and we've scored over 1,000 runs. Indians are gonna have the Central. The A's are gonna have the West. The Astros have a chance at 500. What game are we on right now? So there's 17 games left. So yeah, the Astros, they have to win 11 out of 17 to finish 500. But it's looking like it's going to be a Rays Twins wildcard game. Blue Jays, I think, are going to peter out. The Rays are definitely going to take the first wildcard spot. I think the Twins got the second one pretty much locked in at this point. The Astros are 5 games out of being eliminated from the wild card, 6 out of being eliminated from the West. Nationals will probably end up taking the West over the Mets. They've scored more runs, they've given up less runs, and they've won 5 of their last 10 as opposed to the Mets who've dropped 7 of their last 10. Even though it's a game and a half, it's very close. I think it's going to go to the Nationals. Braves have an outside shot. They're not out of it by any means, but they're definitely not the focal point. You know, it's definitely a Nets, Mats, Mets race. Cubs got the Central pretty much on lock. Again, same deal. The Reds aren't necessarily out, and same with the Cardinals. But I think it's definitely going to go to the Cubs. They've scored more runs than either team there in the race. And they have given up more runs, though, but they have won 7 straight. Neither the Reds or the Cardinals, I mean, they've won 5 of their last 10 and 4 of their last 10, so it's not looking good, whereas the Cubs have won 7 of their last 10, 7 straight. Dodgers already got the West clinched up and the best record in the NL. Right now, the Mets are going to host a wild card game for the Padres, and I think that it's going to stay that way. The Braves have a shot. I think the Mets are going to host the wild card game either way. It's just a matter of will the Braves pass the Padres. I don't think the Rockies are going to make it. I don't think the Reds are going to make it. But the NL wild card, it still has a couple of teams left in the fight. Let's go ahead and get win number 117. Aaron Nola, talk about making improvements to a pitching rotation that definitely needed it. Aaron Nola, definitely a huge addition.
The Yankees, should they come out on top in this one,
get to do it at home, get to do it against the biggest rival. Add Garrett Cole to the rotation in the offseason. I mean, yeah, you lost Severino. If Severino win this rotation, that's fucked on top of everything else.
Moreland.
But you had Garrett Cole in the offseason. You trade for Justin Verlander and Aaron Nola.
Drive snagged on a short hop. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Up next for the White
Sox. Into the box.
The second baseman.
Obviously, the lineup itself is very formidable, intimidating, and just downright what carried the team when the pitching wasn't there. Like, obviously, this lineup.
Out of there!
There's certain aspects of the game. You look at a lineup like this. This lineup can win you any game ever. Period. You know, if your pitchers aren't doing too well and they maybe give up 7 runs, you still have a lineup that can win you that game.
No ball.
And on the flip side of things, you have certain teams, like for example, we'll say the Nationals, with the rotation led by Scherzer and Strasburg. You've got pitching that, say on a given night, maybe your offense isn't really getting anything going. Maybe they don't score 1 run until the 8th. You very well can win that game. So, this is a team that had the lineup to win games, and just good pitching in there as well. And this was a dominant. This is a force, definitely befitting of greatest of all time when it comes to the wins-loss record. And hopefully we will get the World Series ring to go along with it. Set all sorts of history, ring number 28, all that stuff.
Now batting, the center fielder,
Aaron Hicks.
Aaron.
Was a single for him in his last at bat.
Ball.
And a ball 1-0. Back up the middle. He's right
Allergies are acting up.
On the Moreland,
that's an out.
That's in time for
That's
the second out.
Now batting,
And
the
that sends
shortstop,
DJ LeMahieu
DJ
He's 2 for 3 thus far.
LeMahieu.
Line drive to center field.
See, now the thing about this team too is this is a team built for
half.
not a World Series run,
New inning set to get
but a
underway.
few
And
World
into
Series
his next
runs.
one,
This is a
left-handed
team
batter
built
center
Jackie
fielder.
Bradley
like
Jr.
the
Kickoff the
98,
ninth inning with a swinging
99,
strike,
2000,
nothing in
2001 New York
Even though we're
Dynasty.
late into this ball game, this guy's velo
No
still
ball.
The Yankees stretch, I mean,
Two
yes, they won it in 96, but the Yankees stretch from 98 to 04 was absolutely dominant. They had the 3-peat 98, 99, 2000. They were very close to making it a 4-peat in Arizona in 01 before they dropped it, but they still won the AL pennant again. Did the Yankees make the World Series in 97? I don't think they did. You know, so yeah, but even then, from there, they dropped it in 01. In 02, I don't know if they were in the LCS. I don't remember that one. I know that obviously the Angels won the World Series against the Giants. But either way, the Yankees were probably still a force. Then in 03, the Yankees make the World Series again. They win the pennant. Took 7 games, took extra innings, Aaron Boone, all that bullshit. Dropped the World Series to the Marlins, though.
Hey, he's had
And then
One
04, I
Wanna
think that's
see
where it
how
officially
aggressive he is in
ended.
the zone with the
It
ball.
coincides, obviously, with the breaking of the
Three
Sox
balls,
curse.
strike two.
You know, being up 3 games to none in the ALCS after a dominant Game 3 win at that.
Grounded down the third baseline. Crowd of over
Drop 4 straight, and then the
39,000
Sox
on
win the
their
World
feet.
Series. Yankees go on to
Strike 3. Good night, Boston.
not make the World Series in
So the
05,
Yankees
not make it
just
in
eclipsed
06.
The 1906 Chicago Cubs and
For that matter, the
2001
Yankees didn't even make it
Seattle
to
Mariners
the
for Major League
ALCS
Baseball's
in 06.
all-time regular season wins
Ooh, close out for
record.
the win, only surrendered 1 hit
Wow, an
for the all-time
amazing
wins
feat,
record.
to say the least.
And then the Yankees
This
in
is
07
now
again,
a
not making the
historic team.
ALCS at all.
Interesting, though.
Same with
Neither of those
08.
clubs
I think
went on
08
to
they didn't
win
even
the
make the
World
playoffs.
Series, but I don't imagine that
09
will
obviously
give
then
these
they
guys
won the
pause.
World Series.
They're gonna roll into
So they got that going
October
for them,
with
but then
a
that would be the
world of
last time that they
confidence.
made the World Series from then to now. Let alone won one. So while they still are a dominant franchise, obviously they've had success since then. Multiple AL East first place finishes, I believe. Yes, they finished in first place in 2019 and made the ALCS in 2019 and 2017. And, you know, just dominant, but not all the way dominant. This is a team built to be all the way dominant. 126 and 36 record to end the year. Expected to win 112. Well, we won 14 more than that. 5-star second half. First in the division. First in batting. Second in pitching comes as a little bit of a surprise. Not entirely, though. 15th in fielding. Front office gets a B. I know I held on to most of my top prospects. There were a couple of guys that I didn't want to trade that I don't believe I did. I just realized I never set my September lineup. So I never got to see who my September call-up was. That's besides the point. Let's see how everything turned out here. We won the East, obviously. The Indians ended up taking the Central, and they took the Central by 1 game in a game 163 over the Twins, because 95 and 68, and then 96 and 67 add up to 163. So it came down to a 1-game playoff. Who wins the Central? Who goes to a 1-game playoff for the wild card? And then the A's won the West. And I think the biggest surprise of all is the A's won the West over the second place Angels, who finished above 500, and then the third place Astros finished under 500. The wild card, the Twins ended up the Twins took the wild card after the Indians beat them in game 163. The Twins ended up hosting the wild card game over the Rays, though. The Rays a little bit skittish in the end. They lost 4 straight, including a sweep to us. And then the Twins won 8 straight to get to a game 163 just to lose and then host the wild card game and win. Happy for the Sox. They finished 500. The Nationals end up taking the East. I'm a little surprised, but not really. Also a game 163 situation. Nats won 90 and lost 73. So that's a 163 right there. And then 89 and 74 is 163. It looks like there was more than that, though, because when they won that, actually no, that makes sense. I'm sorry. So they were both 89 and 73, which is 162. So we had 2 game 163s, which I don't know who won. Well, obviously the Nats won it. So the Nats won the East. Mets would go out on the wild card. The Cubs took the Central, and the Reds ended up finishing a little skittish there, only winning 4 of their last 10 to end the year. So they finished a game under 500. Cardinals won 5 straight to end the year to finish at 500. Cubs actually dropped 3 straight to end the year, and then the Dodgers won the West. No surprise there, and in dominant fashion. Oh my God, they won 115 games. They were a win away from tying the all-time record, 2 wins away from setting the all-time record, had it not been for me. And then so the Mets hosted the wild card game over the Padres. So I'm surprised that the Padres held on, not entirely, but a little surprised. Good for them, though. The Padres go to Citi Field for the wild card game, and it looks like Oakland is already up 1 game to none over Cleveland in that ALDS. The Twins beat the Rays in the wild card game, and we are currently down 1-0 to them in the 6th inning game 1. Cubs hosting the Nationals, and the Cubs are up 2 games to none already in that series. The Padres went into Citi Field in New York, beat the Mets in the wild card game, and then the biggest shocker of all, the Padres, right now at least, are up 2 games to none over the Dodgers. That's a huge shock. 1 win away from advancing to the NLCS against a team that won 115 games and routed them in the division. Let me go ahead and set my pitching rotation for the postseason. Garrett Cole, Aaron Nola, Justin Verlander, James Paxton, Masahiro Tanaka. Jordan Montgomery should not be sniffing the postseason at all. Aroldis Chapman as my closer with Ryan Presley and Chad Green as my setups. Adam Ottavino, Zach Britton, Jonathan Holder, and Tommy Canley as my regular middle relief arms. Jordan Montgomery is a long relief pitcher. Nice. Lineup. Lineup will go with... It looks like everyone is right where I need them to be for the most part, except I just need to switch the order around. Ooh, actually no, switch that for sure. And then switch that. So we'll have Andujar lead off as the DH. DJ LeMahieu bats second at second base. Batting third against righties will be Aaron Judge in right field. Giancarlo Stanton bats cleanup. Bat in left field. Gleyber Torres bats bats fifth at shortstop. Gary Sanchez bats sixth behind the plate. Batting seventh, Luke Voit at first base. Batting eighth, Aaron Hicks in center field. Batting ninth, Gio Urshela at third base. I almost, keyword almost, want to platoon Brett Gardner and Aaron Hicks, but I'm not going to do that. When there is no DH, Miguel Andujar will go to the bench. DJ LeMahieu will lead off. Gio Urshela will bat second. Judge, Stanton, Torres, Sanchez, Voit, Hicks. Nice. Okay. Lefties with a DH. Looks like almost everyone's where I want them to be. Yep. Okay, so we will have leading off Miguel Andujar DH, LeMahieu batting second. Batting third, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting fourth, Aaron Judge. Fifth, Gleyber. Sixth, Sanchez. Seventh, Voit. Eighth, Urshela. Ninth, Hicks. No DH means Andujar goes to the bench again. Switch those two. Leading off will be Aaron Hicks. Second, DJ LeMahieu. Giancarlo, Judge, Gleyber, Sanchez, Voit, Urshela. Beautiful. Twins are looking to get a monkey off their back. They always seem to run into New York in the postseason now, and they just cannot get by them. They can't even win a game against them. So this will be a big win for them if they manage to pull this off.
Heidi Watney met with the players earlier. Heidi, where do you sense this team is mentally coming into this division series?
Matt, I visited with several players and coaches ahead of this opening game of the division series, and one thing I noticed was a sense of calm or quiet confidence.
Shut up, Heidi.
They feel like
Leading
there
off for
isn't
the
much
Twins,
standing in their way
the
as
center
long as they
fielder,
can continue to do what
Jake
got them here. Well, that's
Hayes.
easier said than done, but there is a lot of belief in this clubhouse right now.
All right, Garrett Cole, first pitch to start the
Here's
sixth.
the first pitch to him. Jake Hayes is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. Well, the Yanks came into the season with sky-high expectations, and now they have a shot to make good on them as they'll start their fourth straight postseason bid.
No doubt about it, Matty. You look at the talent on this roster from day one. You know the fans in the Bronx wouldn't accept anything less than a trip to the World Series, and they're 7 wins away from making that happen.
Into the windup, here
Well,
comes the 0-1.
Yeah, after a whole decade, for the first time since the 20s, I believe, the 1920s, they didn't make the World Series at all from 2010 to 2020. You know, 2009 being their last World Series appearance.
Back up the middle.
Nice play.
Reined in.
Nice
And
play.
the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Nice play, Gleyber.
The batter, number 11.
Infield
Shortstop,
shifted well to the
Jorge
right. Here's the first pitch.
Polanco.
Jorge
Ball
Polanco
one.
is the
Ooh,
batter
wow.
now as he looks at a ball
Ball
1-0.
one, no strike.
Well, Yankee Stadium, of course, features a number of nods to the great history of the organization and its legendary players, but apparently when you hit 52 home runs as a rookie, you rightfully get your own cheering section built in your name.
What a magical year 2017 was for Aaron Judge. The slogan, "All Rise," fit him perfectly. What's really cool about it was the Yankees weren't even sure he was going to make the team coming out of spring training. He emerged into the scene, was the talk of baseball going into the All-Star break, finished that off with a powerhouse into the season. One of the best young players the game in baseball has seen in a long time. All rise, Aaron Judge.
Never heard that commentary line before.
1-1 count. Here's the pitch.
One thing
and that gets through for a one-out base
I'm very half and half on Judge. I don't necessarily dislike him, but at the same time, I think he is overrated. One thing I absolutely cannot stand, though, when it comes to people talking about him, and they kind of irked me just now when they were speaking of him. Let me pull up on at bat here quick. Whoop. If I go to Aaron Judge's profile, they talk about him being one of the great young players in the game. He's 28 years old. When he got called up, and when he won Rookie of the Year in 2017, 3 years ago, he was, I believe, already 26. I don't know when his birthday is. His birthday's in April. So, in 2017, he was 25. Sorry, I can't math. But either way, he was 25 years old, whereas you look at all these other kids that get called up and then they have their rookie seasons, you know, anywhere between 20 and 22, 23 maybe. So Judge was already 25 at that point. That's not a discredit to what he did. Doing that, no matter what age, is going to be impressive. It's going to be great. But he's already 28 now. He was 25 when that all happened. So it takes a little bit away from it when you talk about how young he is and how great he is when you compare it to, like, say, Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr. I think what Ronald Acuna Jr. did last year is more impressive, especially because the fact that he's 20. I don't know how old he is, but I know he's not 28 already. So
the first baseman, number 22, Miguel.
What a diving stop by LeMahieu! What a play to keep it a one-run game. Holy shit! That long frame is awesome.
Didn't think so. Back with more from game
Way to block the shot, Luke Voigt. Either way, what a play. I did not think I was going to get that ball. So that is
leading
awesome
for the Yankees, the center fielder.
Trying to get something going here. We only have 3 hits.
Hicks.
Are they shifting? They are shifting Hicks. I can't get out of this. There we go.
Now the 0-1. Runs up and gets this one.
I was holding triangle for so long, I didn't want to drag bunt. I wanted a regular bunt. So I feel like if I regular bunted, it would have gone up the line more.
Now that's the second baseman, DJ
so far in this one.
LeMahieu.
Come on, Deej. How about we tie the game up? Let's get something started here. I want an extra base hit of some sort. Take a double, a triple, put it in the seats. Do whatever you got to do.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Benefits us because they had someone pitch game 163 and then pitch the wild card game, so Odorizzi starts game 1 here. No Barrios, no Maeda. That's good.
That gets down. He's got himself a base hit.
Take the base hit. Let me make sure my mic is working. I don't know if it was fucking up last night or not, but it sounded like it was fucked up when I joined.
Now batting the third baseman, Miguel.
Not too hard. So I'm gonna make sure we're working here. Okay, cool. Sounds like everything's good.
In the lights there, that's a tough break.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit
Damn
the
it.
other way out toward right field.
If I slice that down the line, that's gone, but
He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring
Now
up
batting the designated hitter, Labor.
I don't like that Gio Urshela is batting 5th over Stanton.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
This computer line is kind of fucked. I just missed that one.
Center. Long run for the center fielder.
But it is what it is.
Josh Donaldson digging
Garrett Cole is doing his part. The lineup not so much.
The third baseman, Josh
and that fastball's taken,
Donaldson.
but catches the outer third.
Hey, great job pounding his own strike one. When you got a great hitter in the box, got to get ahead. Count leverage is a must.
Ball.
And this one's high and tight, backing him up 2-1.
The count is 2-1.
Looks like his changeup is not there at all. He has no confidence in that changeup at least.
And he
Ball,
can't
that's off
catch
the plate.
corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
3 balls.
Well behind that
Ooh,
fastball.
100 on the
It's a
gun,
swinging
Garrett
strike.
Cole. Okay.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92. You can usually see seams. 92 to 95.
Up next for Minnesota,
really
the left fielder, Eddie
digits, you're seeing a white
Rosario.
blur.
No balls and 1 strike. And
Ah,
he goes
he's against the shift.
there as this is on the ground to the left side.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball,
Now batting,
stay square as
the
long as
designated
possible,
hitter,
and
Nelson
feed it into the opposite
Cruz.
field for a base hit.
Nelson Cruz comes on.
Ooh,
with
that was a
one gone.
terrible
He's
slider.
on
I'm lucky he had the
strike
velocity
one.
going there.
Ready with the 0-2. And
Nice.
he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
Good boy, Garrett.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Now batting,
Keep it going.
the catcher,
Plate now, and he takes a
Mitch
cold strike.
Garver.
No set, and the 0-1. Swung on and missed.
count,
That's strike
0-2.
2. Down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2.
Got to take advantage.
Atta boy, Garrett
Have to
Cole.
leave it there as this is
All right, I
strike
need this lineup to
3.
wake up, and 4, 5, and 6 do up is going to be good.
Here's
Judge
big
and Stanton
Aaron
do up in the
Judge.
inning.
Previous
If anyone
Leading
gets
off
a
for
hit,
the
no
Yankees,
plays, that means Sanchez
the
will
right
be back
fielder,
too.
batting
Aaron
He's taken him deep once.
Judge.
Off the plate away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up.
Hey.
1-0 pitch is a
Ah.
splitter in there. 1-1.
Damn it, Judge's big zone fucked me up there.
This is in the air out to
Fuck.
right. Kepler's on the move.
Oh, that got over his head. Nice.
Won't get to it, and this should
Run,
put him
Aaron.
in scoring position to start the inning.
Nice. Even in the
We'll
small
get in at
ballpark, he
second
turned that into a
base as
double.
the tying runs aboard.
Although with this small ballpark, he should have gotten that out.
Number 29,
Besides the point.
Finally, a
Come
little
on, Gio.
something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally.
Gotta
can
move
begin
him
with
over.
a single swing of the bat.
I don't care how you
Count
do
is
it.
1-0.
I don't care if you're recording out doing it, but whatever you do with this at bat, Aaron Judge needs to be on third base safely.
A shot to the outfield scores
For the next
then he
hitter.
knows what kind of role they can get on.
That's
Got to
bullshit.
take it
Good
one
check
good
swing.
at bat at a time.
2-0 now.
Oh. Something else I'm forgetting here. Ooh, wrong button. Mic sensitivity. 1 tick higher. Come on,
On its
Gio.
way is pitch number 75. The grounder down the line at third.
It's not good. I mean, that's a
This will get
fucking
fouled.
tough
2-1.
pitch right there. Oh, there you go, Gio. That'll tie the game up even better. How about back-to-back doubles to start the inning? I'm definitely happy with that. Beautiful, Gio. Beautiful.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Giancarlo.
All right, Giancarlo. How to make up for some postseason woes in these pinstripes. Get a run in here and give us the lead. Or don't.
They got 11 guys in the bullpen. I don't think a guy throws under
I don't know how his arm is out there in
97
center,
miles
but I
an
got
hour.
38 speed.
That is unbelievable. He's
Oh, that's a double
able to
play.
get knocked in
Oh,
that
throws offline. I got lucky.
He'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away.
Yeah, real lucky.
Now
Down
batting,
here in the Yankees
the
seventh,
catcher,
and that'll
Gary.
bring up
Come on,
Sanchez.
Gary, get this run in.
Sanchez.
Anything out of the infield should do it.
First pitch on its way. And
Oh, Gary,
fouled away.
that belongs in the seats.
Go ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away.
You gotta smash that out of here. Gary, what are you doing? Both of those pitches were meatballs. Gary clearly hates Italian food. Spaghetti and meatballs. Are meatballs more Polish? I don't know. Either way, Gary Sanchez clearly does not like meatballs. We'll take that, though. Oh boy, Gary, we're in the lead. Gary, my guy, Gary.
Now batting, the first baseman.
All right, Luke, let's keep it running, keep it rolling. Just don't roll into a double play. That's not getting caught. Oh, I thought he caught it for a second. We'll take a non-RBI double. It is what it is, as long as I can score one more in this inning at least.
The batter, the center fielder, Aaron.
The Twins have a monkey on their back. They can't beat the Yankees in October. Well, I mean, not really ever, but in October. It's a fair ball.
And now it'll kick around in the corner.
Nice two-run double, Aaron.
As 2 runs come across to score away.
Here come the Bombers.
Now batting, second baseman, DJ. Love Mayhew.
Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher.
Here come the Bombers.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense,
I'm gonna hold them.
That's
a good idea.
Successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you
feel. Now batting, third baseman.
8th batter of the inning. Glaber made the last out last inning. Aaron Judge led off. Stay fair. Nope. Damn it.
Doesn't mean the batter can't grab a knob. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Way too high. Kind of rising.
Behind 0-2.
I got the count 1 and 2.
Well below the zone.
These are the situations right here that make me miss wearing a uniform. The big spot, the cat and mouse of what's he going to throw. I'm down 1-2. Can I battle back? The pitcher's trying to put me away. This is what the game's all about.
Open to send him packing. Pitch on its
Damn,
way.
that's the one thing I didn't want you to do, Miguel Andujar, is ground into a double play. But I'm not surprised. Again, Duhar is also very overrated. Besides the point, we got ourselves a 3-run lead here in the 8th.
The center fielder.
And Garrett Cole dealing. Even if that's right down the middle, it's still 98 miles an hour.
You see there, the pitch count is up to 88, and at this point in the game,
so we will, for this, actually, I will sit these two down. Warm up Presley and Chapman. Oh, good. Why is Andujar fielding? That's the dumbest thing ever. The guy who can play third base whose fielding is above 37.
Here stands at second with no outs, and he fouls this one off. Fouled away. Working for the punch out and the offering.
Come on.
Curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact.
Just blow it by him.
Going.
There we go.
Swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away. First pitch of the at-bat.
Up next is the Twins. The right fielder, Max Kepler.
Nope, that's inside.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
2 balls,
try to hold
2
back
strikes.
The swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike.
Got a boy, Garrett Cole. Pick up for your defensive blunders here.
2 away. Ready now, Luis Arias.
The batter number 2. Second base.
A little too much movement on that.
He and his teammates
Arias.
shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun.
Garrett Cole. That's why you're getting the money that you're getting.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Twins. Number 36.
Right, see if we can get some insurance here, boys. 3, 4, 5 do up.
Here comes the first pitch. A swing.
Damn.
And a drive sent out toward the gap. Center fielder going back.
That ball actually carried further than I thought it would. Like, I knew it wasn't going to go out. I knew he was going to catch it either way. But I did not expect it to get, like, heels to the wall
right
type
fielder,
thing.
number 99. Aaron.
came across the score after
Here comes the judge.
Yeah, he did a great job to go down and get that one his last at bat. But I got to think they're going to pitch him up, maybe elevate something in the zone. Interested to see how he approaches this next AB.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Swinging a high chopper. And there's out number 2.
The batter, number 29.
Gio Urshela, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance.
Here you go, Gio. How about another double?
Line drive, base hit into the left center field gap. He's around first, heading for 2.
Not gonna lie, this run has just been kind of meh. I feel like this team's a little overrated.
The batter, the left fielder, Giancarlo.
Bottom line is this guy has ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
And that misses low and away, ball 1.
Giancarlo Stanton hitless in the postseason. Hey, at least he's only struck out once. That's a plus.
Oh, pretty healthy hack that time.
I got a ball,
it's 1-1.
Definitely an improvement.
Hey boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power, let it eat.
In the dirt here, runner holds as the count moves to 2-1. 8th inning, 4-1 is our score.
I love how I think it was A-Rod went out and said, "Hey, Giancarlo with an RBI base hit." A-Rod during opening day Yankees Nationals ESPN broadcast went out and said, I think certain players will actually thrive and perform better in these games with no crowd whatsoever. And then he went on to name drop Giancarlo Stanton specifically, which, to be fair, I think I agree. Like, he does need to get better. Obviously, you throw him a slider down the way, you've got him. But if you miss at all, he can easily get you. Gary Sanchez hates hitting the pitches that should be put into the seats. Clearly, that changeup should have been demolished. I'm going to go Presley since it's non-safe. And that's the other thing, like Stanton, like the crowd will get in his head. Chapman too. I think Aroldis Chapman will benefit from not having a crowd. I remember being at the was it near just louder than usual, like the in-game audio.
The third baseman, number 24, Josh Donaldson.
Hey everybody, I'm Mark DeRosa. Thanks for playing MLB.
That doesn't seem accurate to me.
First pitch coming, here it is. Not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
I think that. So I was at a game back in 2018. It was the 4th game of the Red Sox-Yankees early August series when the Sox did a 4-0 sweep of the Yankees. I was at the 4th game, Sunday Night Baseball. David Price, Masahiro Tanaka starting the game. Chapman was on the mound. The Yankees were up 3 in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs with Chapman on the mound. And we just started, I heard it on the other side of the field. I was on the third baseline, like the 3rd row.
No, that's down.
And a little closer to the left field foul line there. And I remember hearing from the first base side, like closer to the field, people were starting to chant, it was just Chapman, Chapman, you know, like in The Simpsons, Darryl, you know, heckling, pretty much, but just by saying his name. And I don't know why this is, maybe it's my TV's turned up so loud?
Yeah, but
either way, something seemed off.
This is just a 5-game series, so getting that first win is really more meaningful in this round.
But, you know, and it definitely got the Chapman.
Or the World Series. Now, if they can win Game 2, they will be really in a comfortable position.
And now what can we say for the Twins?
Well, they will be pretty desperate to win Game 2 to even this thing up, Matty, for the reason Dan just mentioned. Game 2's outcome's really going to advance the narrative of this series.
Ooh, Anthony Rizzo.
And then after 2 outs, it looked like maybe he was going to get out of it, but they jumped him. They let him off the hook.
That thing sounded great off the bat.
Why do you have the same outfit on? Did you do that for 4 years? And I didn't know? Oh my God, I'm so... I put a jacket on that one. You have the same necklace on. Where's the last picture? Oh. I'm putting your photo album together, and I'm a few years behind. Why do you have the same outfit on? Did you do that for 4 years? And I didn't know?
That laugh is contagious.
I put a jacket on that one. You have the same necklace on. Where's the last picture? Oh.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Moran out to right. Oh, let's watch this one go. Goodbye. Splashdown. Our first home run in the Allegheny for Colin Moran.
All right. We're up 3 games, or not 3 games. We're up 3-0. Oakland's up 2-0. Wow. In the series, we're up 3-0 in this game. Up 1-0 in the series. Let's keep it going.
So the Yankees grabbed an early advantage in the series with a big win in Game 1. Heidi, what can you report about what they're thinking heading into Game 2?
Well, Matt, thanks. Talking with the team and their coaches earlier, they stressed
Hey,
the
Heidi, I
importance
don't
of
give a
this
shit.
game today. They said taking the first one was great, and it's always a confidence builder. But if they don't take care of business in Game 2, that first win doesn't
All right,
really
Aaron
much.
Nola.
A 2-0 lead in a 5-game series, though.
Making
That's
his
exciting.
postseason debut.
Ball 1 to start
The Phillies have
at-bat.
not made the postseason since 20...
Off the outside that
I can
time
never
as the
remember what
breaking
year
ball
they
can't catch
stopped making the
zone.
postseason, but if you have hard trouble like me remembering that, just think of it this way.
2-1 after
They
the
did it.
foul ball there.
They did like the perfect like
Here
decline. So in 2008, they.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner.
I thought that was going to
Nearly
stay
a
fair.
fly to
In
strike.
2008, they won the
Instead,
World
a foul
Series.
ball.
In 2009, they
And
made it to the
he
World
struck him
Series,
out. The
but
10th
lost the
victim
World Series.
set
They came
down
close
on
to repeating, but the
strikes
Yankees
thus
said no.
First pitch coming, here it
The
is.
batter.
2010, the Phillies made it to the NLCS, but then lost in the NLCS. 2011,
Throw on to
they made it to the
first,
NLDS, lost the
Now batting.
NLDS.
The right
2012 is the first year that they were no longer in the postseason. So they haven't made the postseason since 2011.
Kepler is in for the third time now as he takes a called
Aaron Nola
strike.
was
It's
not on the
0-1.
team prior to 2012. He's only been around against the shift.
But that finds its way
I'm
through
so
for a
sick
base
of
hit.
these
He gets
shifts.
the turn and heads for second.
What a routine groundouts
And
turn
he
into
is in
fucking
the second
doubles.
with a two-out double.
Well, the pitcher can't really
This pitch count's actually up there too. He's at 83 already. He's not going to go as far as Garrett Cole, most likely.
Let's see if he can leave him out there now.
Strike one to start the at-bat. Big swing.
Beautiful
and a
curve.
curve.
0-2.
Gets nothing but air. 0-2 now. Got him looking, and that'll do
I
it.
am
The
racking up
inning is
strikeouts
over.
with Aaron Nola whenever I use him. Love that for him.
Bottom of the sixth inning now. And next
Bottom of the
pitcher,
sixth, bottom of the order.
Howard
Hoyt,
ready.
Hicks, or Shelley.
The first baseman.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Ball one.
I do say this team. I say this team's overrated, but it's still a great team. Like, there's no denying that. When you have a lineup that has a guy like Gio Urshela batting ninth, or even if I didn't have Urshela bat ninth, if I hadn't Duhar bat ninth, because he's the other like worst hitter on the team, those are still hitting wise good hitters to have as your number 9 guy. Like, those aren't necessarily number 9 hitters on most teams. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to readjust to when I drop down to do, once I finish this run, I'm switching over to beginner and doing every team just to mash and see how well and do how inflated the numbers get and how crazy it'll be. And like when I do a team, like, so for example, I know the worst team in this game is the Orioles. So, when I... That's not going to get out, but that was good contact. Oh, that is going to get out. Aaron Hicks the other way. Opposite field home run. Nice. When I get down to those teams, I'm going to have, like, only one good hitter, if that. Like, the Orioles have... Not that it's going to matter on beginner, but, like, the Orioles really only have Trey Mancini. Like, DJ Stewart has good potential. At least I'm good with him. I believe Austin Hayes is Austin Hayes is another one. If Adley gets called up, he's got good potential, but these are potential, not already there. Or like
number 29.
I didn't mind hitting that night, but a lot of guys say they see the ball better.
What's another team that's down there?
You know what's funny, D-Row, is I prefer...
I don't know. There's teams with not good lineups. So
I always thought it was
I'm gonna have to adjust for that.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter.
But I have a little bit to do. I can't just, finish this run and then jump right into that. I have a little bit to do to open up 50 packs. I have to open up all my packs. It's more than just the 50. Infield base hit. I'm surprised you even got a play on that. It's rolling a little slow.
Up next for the Yankees.
I'm opening up all my packs, not just the ones that I've gotten between the start and end of my Yankees run. I'm going to open 50 pack. I want to go through and take all my runs and sim them 10 years. Just see how the player progression worked there. Who ends up having Hall of Fame careers, who fizzles out, who has like incredible years for just 1 year. Did I just say lightning?
The right fielder, Aaron Judge.
Here's big Aaron Judge.
Big Aaron Judge with a big hit.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Cash in here as the run
I don't like that they call him that, because I feel like people don't call him that. Hey, what's up, Big Aaron Judge? Here comes Big Aaron Judge. Hey, Stanton struck out twice, but he's got a double. So he's still doing his thing, but he's producing a little bit here. RBI hit in game 1. I don't know if he has an RBI in this game. He doesn't, but hey, double's a double still. 2 strikeouts is not ideal, though.
I was concerned about getting the guy out, swinging the bat.
Hey, at least he put it in play and didn't strike out. Got that slider down and away. I'll stick with Nola for at least one more inning, and then I'll get
the first baseman, number 22.
It doesn't look very promising so
I think the bullpen's a little overrated too. I think Zach Britton is... He did have a good year last year. I didn't realize that, but I don't think... Ooh, scorched.
The third baseman.
I think David Robertson was a very important piece of their bullpen, and they lost him 2 years ago. I think that's still a hole they haven't entirely filled yet. I think Ottavino's a little overrated. He had 1 good year in 2018. And they had him in 2019, and then he just... To me, that wasn't a crazy... Like, it was a good signing, don't get me wrong, especially coming from a Sox fan when we didn't have a closer in 2019 until Workman stepped up. And that wasn't exactly expected.
I got to count 2 and 2.
So going into 2019, we definitely needed a closer, and it seemed like the best on the market was Ottavino or Craig Kimbrell. Kimbrell, well, we know how that ended up for the Cubs. And that's unfortunate, but regardless.
He's just rolling right now, and even doesn't strike.
Let me check the party situation out, because last I checked there were 2, and both of them looked like shit. Now there's 1, and it looks like shit.
Ready with the first pitch, here it comes. And he fouls this one off. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
No, that's low.
Hey, that backdoor breaking ball just missed. He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
Just got the corner that time with a fastball, strike 2.
All right, Nola, this will probably be your last batter, so let's make it count.
Going to be a long day for this.
Way to make it count.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that
Ladies
will
and
do it.
gentlemen.
And that'll bring up
Glaber with a big 2-homer game, a solo and a 2-run shot. He had all 3 of my runs up until this last inning.
Pretty good week so far in that game. His last at bat is 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully this AB.
The 1-0. Fouled away.
Not too many people have a 3-homer game in the postseason. It's happened a few times It's obviously a lot more rare. Not nearly as many people have had 3 homer games in the World Series. That's only happened, I believe, 3 times. I can never remember, but I want to say it's Nelson Cruz, Pablo Sandoval, and Barry Bonds.
The catcher,
One gone here in the Yankee seventh.
Maybe Albert Pujols. No, yeah, Albert Pujols is on there. Fuck, I gotta look up that list. It's gonna bother me. I'm pretty sure it's only those guys.
5 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for
Most
the Yankees so
home
far.
runs in. Oh.
And it's 0-2 to Sanchez.
0-2 is the count.
In a
back-to-back
post.
sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, that's back-to-back really
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna do a thing and just pause the game. Post-season game. Oh wait, I meant to do World Series game. I just want a single game, not the entire series. Okay, this is an old article because it's 2012. But so George Brett, that's the ALCS. Bob Robertson, NLCS. Albert Pujols did it in the World Series. Babe Ruth did it in the World Series. Okay, so Babe Ruth's on the list. He did it in the World Series twice. Adrian saw that flying again. There's a fly here I've been trying to kill.
Out of the strike zone.
Or at least get out of the room. I have a door to the outside here. I've been trying to let him out there.
2 strikes, and now the
I can't kill it. I just want to get rid of it.
Lifted in the
Damn,
air out to
that
center.
was probably going to be called a strike, so I had to swing at it.
For the center fielder. He gets there and makes
That's
the
only out
play
number 2.
for the second out of the
now
inning.
batting,
Number 3.
first baseman,
Sliding into the box,
Luke
Voigt.
Voigt.
He was a ground-out victim last time up. A swing and a drive
Go
sent
Voigt.
out toward the
That's your
gap.
base hit right there. Nice double.
But that'll hit off the wall in left center.
Pretty close.
The relay, and he's able to
He's
hustle
safe.
his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now batting, center fielder, Aaron.
Any hitter will tell you that a shot like that just feels different. It sounds different off the bat.
Down the line, fair ball. That'll score a run. Aaron Hicks, an RBI double.
Couldn't quite get to that ball. He'll get it into second. But
Also
he'll
close.
Get in there with an RBI double.
Well, he was almost out of the
The
inning.
batter,
The last 2 batters
number
showed him
29.
that you can't
Your
lose
attention,
focus on the
please.
mound, even if
Now
you get 2
pitching for
quick
the
outs.
Twins.
Back-to-back doubles
Number
shows you
61.
just how quickly
Cody.
things can get away from him.
Ball 1.
Stashak.
Low for ball 1.
Ball 1,
He's
no
got a hit
strike.
in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a ball hit high in the air out to center field. Long run for the center
That wasn't
fielder.
really a long run for the
He's
center
there
fielder.
to track it down.
Vaskerson's damn dirty liar.
Ready to
But that's all right. Oh, you know what? Nola's. I know his pitch count to 98, but his energy's kind of still there. So
Run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect
much as I wanna
time
go to
for
my
this
bullpen.
leadoff guy to try to get on base.
I've been liking pitching with Aaron Nola in this
This is on
run.
the ground over to first.
Oh, that was almost a good play right
And
there.
this is gonna find its
Of course, if I
way
dove
to
for it, it
right
would have
for a base
went
hit.
right
The
underneath the
leadoff
dive.
man is on to start
So I have
the
no
eighth.
choice there.
Now
Ready
batting,
once again,
the
Mitch
catcher.
Garver.
I believe I didn't do this well with Nola in my Phillies run, so it's nice to kind of redeem for it there.
No,
Same
that's
thing with
down.
Bryce Harper. That's why I picked up Bryce Harper in my Dodgers run. Also, I just kind of shot for the stars with unreal shit because I know how good of prospects the Dodgers have. And just some crazy shit was going on, and I'm gonna see at some point if I can do that, something like that again.
Swung on and missed, strike 3.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm probably not going to target anyone in my beginner runs, just because I don't want to make it
Now batting,
unfair. I probably won't even do resets either. I did do a couple of resets whenever trades were. My 3 options were all kind of shitty.
No ball, 2 strikes.
I would do a close app
Ball
because it
inside.
wouldn't penalize you. And yeah, it's a little dumb, unfair, but whatever. The end result would have still been the same. I'm just trying to have fun doing it.
Leads off first with 1 away. Got him. And that's number 15 for the ball game. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
But yeah, I'll probably just take this opportunity. Like, for example, because sometimes crazy shit does happen without targeting anyone. When I was doing my Marlins run, I didn't target anyone. I will do positional, like, targets, like, oh, I want a center fielder or whatever. But I won't, and I'm prioritizing contact and power, but I'm not going to say, oh, I want Garrett Cole in a trade or whatever.
The designated hitter.
But crazy shit will happen sometimes. When I was doing my Marlins run, without targeting any players, I was offered and then traded for, obviously, because I'm not going to say no, Sean Doolittle, so good, decent closer, Christian Yelich, top-level MVP player, top 5 in the game, and Max Scherzer, top probably 3 in the game for pitching. Probably say the top 3 for pitching in this game are, I think DeGrom's number 1. DeGrom should be number 1. Or in real life, at least. DeGrom's number 1. I'd say that Scherzer is number 2. And then Cole's number 3. Probably a guy like Walker Buehler for number 4. And then if Kershaw can return to form, he'd be 5. At least for starting pitchers. I'm definitely forgetting people, too. So,
the right fielder, number 99.
Judge. Bring up Aaron Judge.
150 starting pitchers in the game, at least 5 per team.
And this is going to find the wall out near the Yankee bullpen.
Judge is liking those doubles, and I'm fine with it. I'm here for it.
Now batting.
All right, Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
You definitely need to get a run in here. Second and third with 1 out. Giancarlo Stanton sucks in October. Nothing more to be said besides that.
Now
he sucks in October.
Labor.
Torres. See if he could possibly strike again. Swing.
0-1's the count.
But he's right on here. 1 strike. On a line, that's a base hit into left field.
Oh, why'd you have to pull up at third like that, you stupid son of a bitch? I hate when you do that. Whatever, an RBI base hit.
Ready for another
All right, we'll go to Britain. 7-1 lead
off the 9th inning with his guys in danger of going down 2 games to none.
Your attention, please.
Zach
now pitching
comes on from the pen, hoping to finish.
Britain finally sees a postseason inning.
No ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, he probably did last year, but
and right into the shift. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2.
Because he didn't get used in the 2016 ALCS wild card game for some fucking reason.
Runners in scoring position, tight game.
Like, it's small shit like that that could change everything. Imagine if Britain gets used and the Orioles go on to win that game. Now we've got. Oh, excuse me.
You even have some mess that you
could
put
play
on yourself.
against the shift, you can go fuck yourself.
Like
imagine if in 2016 the Orioles faced the Rangers in the AL. Maybe the Rangers, because the Rangers were the best team in the AL at that point. I think they might have had the best record in all of baseball, but I know they had the best record in the AL. Imagine if the Rangers end up winning that series, we get Rangers-Indians in the ALCS, and then maybe the Rangers win that game, and they go to the and they win that series. I mean, and they go to the World Series. If you're on the base, that's an out. You know, and we get Rangers-Cubs, and maybe the Cubs are still World Series, and the Rangers win it finally. Or maybe Orioles win that game, and then they beat the Rangers in the ALDS, and then we get Orioles-Indians. Maybe the Indians, you know, don't beat the Orioles. Maybe the Orioles go to the World Series. We get Orioles-Cubs. Again, maybe the Cubs are World Series list.
They're so tough to get the bat on. And when you've got that good slider going,
you know, a lot could have happened just by putting in Zach Britton in that game. With the very least, if you put Zach Britton into that game, and the Blue Jays still win, and the Orioles still lose, and everything goes exactly as it did prior, you know, Blue Jays beat the Rangers, Indians beat the Red Sox, and then we have Indians-Cubs World Series, Cubs win it in 7, 10 innings, all that. If everything happens exactly the same, but you use Zach Britton there, at least you used your best, and you cannot be faulted for that. If someone says to you, why did you use Zach Britton in that situation, it was non-save. Because he's my best pitcher, period. Not even starting, like, out of all the pitchers on the rotation, starting rotation, bullpen, you name it, Zach Britton was the best on that team in that year.
This appears to be a team on a mission right here. They're firing on
you used your best, and it didn't pan out.
One win away from advancing to the league championship
At least
series.
you know.
It's going to take a total reversal for them to overcome.
Like, that's one thing that bothers me about the 2014 World Series. Alex Gordon's 2-out triple in the bottom of the ninth off Bumgarner. If he manages to make that inside the Parker and score games tied, did the Royals win in 2014, and did they go back-to-back in 2015? Or did the Giants still win? Do they throw him out of home? I would have sent him. I would have ran for it. Do you get thrown off the plate and lose the World Series right there? Maybe. But at least you know. Wow. So, we're looking at the A's swept the Indians. So, the Oakland Athletics will wait for us in the ALCS. It'll likely be Yankees-A's. The Cubs beat the Nationals. I'm not too surprised there. But the biggest shocker to me is the 115-game winning Dodgers got swept by a team that finished 31 games behind them. The 84, 3 games above 500, 84-win Padres swept the Dodgers in the NLDS. Cubs, Padres. I had to fight myself to not say Dodgers. Cubs, Padres, NLCS. So we're looking at potential World Series matchups. Obviously, I have to win this game first. Potential World Series matchups of Oakland and Chicago. Interesting. Oakland and San Diego. Probably the one that, out of all these teams here, the last one you would have expected. Or New York, Chicago, which was almost the 03 World Series. And I'm sure they probably faced each other at some point. Or a rematch in 98, New York, San Diego. And I will say, I think once before I've played against San Diego in the World Series. I've faced some crazy teams, and I can't wait to. I'll find out after. So the other thing, once I finish this run, I'm simming all 30 teams. 30. All 30 teams are getting simmed 10 years.
Heidi, you spoke to some of them earlier.
I'm going to be able to revisit. I'm going to quickly, before I do that, revisit each team and see who did what. And I'm not going to go through everyone's stats, but just who stood out the most, who had the craziest years on each team. And then I'll be able to see my World Series matchups again.
He's there and records the first out.
Now batting, second baseman.
The second baseman.
We are down a run right now against Homer Bailey in Game 3, top of the 6th.
He's totaled 4 hits in 23
Damn.
at-bats. He also has 1 home run. Kepler.
What time is it anyways? After 1? 122. Not bad.
The right fielder, number 99.
Here's big Aaron Judge. No hits to this point. Fouled off.
We only have 3 hits to this point. No runs to show for it. Off Homer Bailey, of all people, is kind of shocking.
High in the air towards shallow right. Kepler's there for it. And that ends the inning. 1.
Meanwhile, Justin Verlander should be pitching, but it's James Paxton for some reason.
Fastball was right.
Hate that.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch either.
Therefore, it is Stanton, and he's got it for the first out.
Especially with all of Verlander's experience when it comes to pitching in the NL Center, in the AL Central, in this ballpark, against this team. You know, this long, decade-long plus run with the Tigers. So it was a little over a decade. Came up in 06, I believe. From 06 to 2016. With the Tigers. Damn, it feels like he's been in the majors a lot longer than that.
He's in there for strike number 2. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9.
One of my uncles made this comparison, and as much as I hate it, I think it's accurate. Verlander is turning into, except not, it doesn't, in some ways, not all the ways. Wow, if this were the regular season, Stanton would have put that into the 3rd deck. 86-mile-an-hour slider, literally right down the middle. But because it's the postseason, Stanton is about the equivalent of a midget at the plate there. probably hit the ball all of maybe 30 feet if he's lucky.
Well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like
so one of my uncles made this comparison. They said Justin Verlander is turning into the Tom Brady of the MLB. Not in the sense that the Justin Verlander is the greatest of all time, because Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. He's the greatest of all time. That's it. There's just nothing more to it. But more the fact that with age he has gotten better. You know, he's got the big hot wife, famous wife, Kate Upton, and
now batting.
You know, he's just he's getting better with age. You know, he's getting up there in age, but he is not. He's not declining. You know, Brady won the MVP in 2017, 2018. He won the MVP going into the year that they lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles. You know, so he's in his 40s either when he won the MVP. And I believe he was 40. This was 3 years ago. He's 43 now. So. Either way, he's old and he won the MVP. Verlander's old and he's the reigning AL Cy Young winner. So, you know.
Two well-executed pitches at the knees right
I know it's not the same, but son of a bitch.
And there's a base hit, so a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the seventh.
Talking too much. Not focusing on the game.
Up next for the Twins, the first baseman, 0-1 John.
I also looked entirely past them just now. Good bare hand, good double play. Yeah, I just looked right past this team in this game right here.
The center fielder,
talking about facing the A's
in
the championship series.
Buxton.
I'm still waiting to see if they implement an update where the universal DH becomes a thing, because that would change a lot. Oh yeah, it should have ended the inning, but instead now it's an error, a dumb error. Alright, one extra pitch this inning. 2 extra pitches this inning, and of course nothing was said about the runner going. 3 extra pitches this inning. 4 extra pitches this inning. This will be the 5th extra pitch of this inning. And a run scored from it. Way to fucking go, DJ LeMahieu. You piece of shit.
The batter, number 2.
6th extra pitch of the inning.
Louis, come on, 1 strike.
7th.
Sitting in a pretty good spot. Yeah, Dan, they've gotten great pitching all game long, and all that extra run can do is give you a little bit more confidence.
It took 8 pitches more. Paxton could have pitched the 8th if his pitch count were at 86, and if he had only given up 1 run. But instead, DJ LeMahieu decided to say, hey Paxton, fuck you.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan of bloop and a
Meanwhile,
glass?
Homer Bailey is not only shutting us out through 7 innings, he's held us to 3 hits.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Hit sharply on the ground.
Do that shift. Say fuck your shift.
Find its way into left for a base hit, and the leadoff man's aboard to start the 8th.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit, leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
Hey, a double play, beautiful. Finally got a hit off Homer Bailey, and what does he do for a pitch double play? Homer Bailey is not only shutting us out through 7 2/3, but not only do we only have 4 hits, he's done it on this is his 68th pitch. 68 pitches for Homer Bailey, and he's got 8 innings of shutout ball. What is that fucking nonsense?
Leading off for the Twins, the third baseman, Miguel. 1-0.
Now the 1-0 finds the zone, strike 1.
Yeah, Vino, you see that giant white little box there is? I mean, you can't actually see it because it's not a real thing, but put the little white ball in your hand somewhere in that box. I don't care where. Chances are something like that'll happen if they even make contact. There's a chance they don't swing at all, or that if they do, they don't hit it at all.
Just unlucky that time.
Mitch Garver comes on with one
Because
away.
he didn't hit it there. He's mad at it. He didn't hit it. It was in the box. That wasn't even close to the box.
Here's a breaking ball,
that was close, but you need to get it in that box.
When you're playing close games,
oh, no, it's fine. Go ahead and walk people.
So he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
First pitch on its
Now
way.
batting, right fielder, Matt Kepler.
From the mound, kicks and deals.
Wow, see, this is not good. I don't want to give the Twins any sort of momentum because I'm scared of what, A, this lineup could do in general, but B, if they get that monkey off their back and win a postseason game against New York, that could open the floodgates.
1 and 2.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Ottavino, I need one more good pitch out of you. How about a double play and we're good?
Regardless of the result right here, to be down 0-2 and work it back to an even count, gotta feel like it's a win for the offense.
But gloved by the third baseman for the out.
Hey, I don't care. I'll take those lucky outs because they're still outs.
Up next for
Digging in,
Minnesota,
Nelson Cruz.
the
He'll
designated
bounce
hitter,
back after striking
Nelson
out his last time up. No balls and 1 strike. Heading out towards shallow
All right, for the love of God, I need 2
Judge is under it.
runs.
He makes the play, and that'll end the inning.
Who's up 9-1-2?
And that'll bring up Miguel
Oh, no,
Andujar.
1-2-3.
And Dan, he and his fellow top of the
Leading
order
off
hitters
the
Or
haven't
Bailey's
really
at
offered
pitches.
much
The
help in this
designated
lineup
hitter.
so far.
Miguel
Your 1-2-3 guys are
and
the ones
Duhar.
you look to generate a lot of action.
Through the hole.
And that is into right field, so the leadoff man's
There's
aboard
that
here to
fucking
kick off.
fly. I need to try and kill it. Close the door. Fly. I lost it because it flew right by there. Don't. It's not like the last one. It flies right at me sometimes. The last one avoided me at all costs. Where are you, you little bastard? Oh, there you are. Fuck! This one also lands a lot in very random places. I swear I just saw it around. Fuck, I thought I almost had it. Little fucking moth in here too, you little bastard. I gotta figure out where the fucker landed. Motherfucker. Lands in the most difficult of places. Really? Clock? dumb bitch. Oh! Come at my face. Son of a bitch. That felt good. I told that little fucker earlier that it's gonna end one of two ways. I'll let him out or I'll kill him.
Now that second baseman.
Well,
DJ.
now he's on my fucking
So
goal.
a runner at first now with
Dead.
nobody out. And that
Thanks for
will bring up
fucking
DJ
coming.
LeMahieu. From the stretch. Line to the right side. That's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Look how that sounded on stream.
And that
You can
runner
hear that.
will go no.
Knocked a bunch of shit all over the floor though. Like dust. Oh, that was so satisfying.
Number 99. Aaron Judge.
All right, Judge. Need you big time here.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And Duhar rounds the corner and is headed home. And he
That's huge. There goes the shutout.
As it's now a one-run
Second and
ball
third,
game.
nobody out.
Now
That's the
back.
end for
He was
Homer
left
Bailey.
field.
Now I got to score off Taylor Rogers.
Giancarlo.
Come on, Giancarlo. Get the monkey off your back. How does that sound? Fuck
Now
them.
that they've broken the
Now
dam,
pitching
we'll
for
see if
the
they can
Twins.
generate some more runs.
Number
going
55. Taylor.
All right, that's sort of a monkey off the back because we just tied it.
Rogers.
Comes at a cost as the time run is in to score.
Now
Come on,
that
Glaber.
Big spot
the
here
shortgain.
and stepping in.
Glaber
Torres.
is
And he could very
Torres.
well get the intentional pass here as that would set up a potential double play ball that might keep
Ooh.
the game tied. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1.
Come on, Glaber.
Rogers. It's pretty much a manager's dream coming out of the bullpen. High strikeouts, doesn't walk a lot of batters, usually a recipe for a lot of success.
Oh,
That's
that was the
one of
one.
the keys. I think if you were to build a perfect relief pitcher, you'd want a guy that throws a lot of strikes, that minimizes the base on balls, and nobody does it as good as this guy does right now in the game of baseball.
Nope, say.
And this one's in the dirt. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch.
Nope.
I'm a little pissed at Stanton for his shitty at bat, but at least he tied it. Still, could have been way more productive. Get a fucking hit. Oh, that was the one.
Just pulled it a little foul.
Bastard sweat.
Ready with another 2-strike offering.
Careful.
Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
You can certainly
8th pitch
tell
of the
at-bats
at-bat. Let's
like
go.
this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher, but you got to find a way to stay composed and execute.
Way to
your plan.
fight, Glaber. That could have been ball 4, but, you know, whatever. 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Ready with another 2-strike offering.
It's one.
Shot toward third, and
I got to hold Judge because he was not running on contact.
Throw comes in quickly here, so
Fuck.
that'll hold that go-ahead run.
So here comes the Gary Sanchez double play, guaranteed. It's fucking
The batter.
sinker baller.
The catcher.
Nice piece of
Gary.
hitting right there. Looked like
Come on,
the guy
Gary.
on second had to respect it.
No
and
double
freeze a little bit.
plays.
They had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive.
Ah!
But eventually does get to third base.
The catch is made. Here comes the go-ahead run for the plate. But it's off
Woo!
line scores.
You smoke,
And
you
in the
easy
late stages
W.
of Game 3, they've broken the tie.
Hey,
Now
putting
batting,
together a good
the
at bats
first
late in the game.
I did not
really
catch
help
that.
out. And
Hold on.
How about this sac fly right here? Good at bat that leads to his team getting the lead here in the late
You
innings.
smoke, you easy W. What the
Stepping
hell that
into the
means,
box,
but alright.
Luke Voigt. He steps in
Alright,
off
cool, I
a
can warm up
base hit
Chapman.
in his last at bat.
He'll beat you easily.
Okay. And?
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Never
Hard
claimed to be good at the
liner
game.
toward short. That's in for a base
Just having
hit.
fun.
He's now 3 for 4.
Wow, talk about having a pretty special
Now
game.
batting,
That's his
the
third
center fielder.
single of the
Ah,
game
I can't
in
believe
a
we
row.
took the fucking
3
lead
for
here.
4.
That's huge.
Not a bad game.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the
Ooh,
pitcher's
that was a
giving
good
him right
pitch.
here. If the
Sinker
fastball's
or
Let's
away,
play.
shooting it the other way. If he's got something
no, I'm good,
hanging
dude.
In the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
Runner
Now he
back
got in.
safely.
Safe.
I'm not gonna
3
play against
runs
you. You come in
already
here being a
home here.
dick.
A swing and a ball to left field.
Let's get some
That's gonna
insurance.
Get down for a base hit. Torres rounds third and is digging for the
Let's
plate.
go.
He
2-run
will
lead.
score as they push the lead to 4-2.
I cannot wait to be done with this team.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there.
Up
Has to
next
feel
for the
good
Yankees,
as a hitter right there.
the third
To
baseman.
not only get a
Nice
big
save
save,
of
but
the
to give your
Yankees.
team a little
Urshela.
bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Nice.
that's the ball.
Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
3 balls.
Outside with
No
that
strike.
delivery, and it's 3-0 now.
Hey, the bullpen needs to step up in this situation. I got to believe the manager was hoping for way more than this.
And he
Ball 4.
takes ball 4. So a good
Nice.
job
Batted
of
around in the
getting
9th.
on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Third pitcher
Tyler
of the
Duffy
inning now.
takes
Now
over
batting.
now with 2 gone.
Started with
They're
Homer
at the top of
Bailey,
inning
then go to
number
Taylor
9.
Rogers, now
Yeah.
Tyler Duffy.
And Duhar.
Trying to keep the deficit right
Absolute
where it is.
nightmare
The pitch.
scenario for
Miguel
Minnesota.
Andujar
1 ball.
stands
Looks like they
up and looks
cannot
at
get the
ball
monkey
1
off their back after all. Yankees in the Yankees are their kryptonite, especially in the postseason.
No,
It's
outside.
2-0.
That was a close one.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count. Not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
Hit out towards
I did not
second.
want to swing at that. 6 straight balls. I should have took the next one, even if it is 2 different pitchers. But whatever. A 4-run 9th to take the lead.
Stepping in and ready for
Let's
another
bring in
shot.
Chapman. It's
Lead
time
it
for the
off.
missile.
For the
He'll
twin.
lead it off with his guys
The left
needing a
fielder.
9th inning rally
Ready.
here if they're going to force a game
Roll.
4.
And hopefully
And the count.
send us to the ALCS for the
And
third
that's in there for his strike,
year.
1-1.
Third out of 4 years in a row here.
Here's a foul ball left side. And
For the
that'll
second
move it to
straight
1-2.
year, but the third time in 4 years.
Nicknamed the Missile for obvious reasons. He's an 11-year vet at the major league level, so he certainly put together a nice career in
Inside ball.
professional baseball.
Yeah, Matty, you ain't kidding right there. 10 years, we refer to that in the biz as hitting full pinch.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first.
I mean, Chapman is
The
kind of a
batter.
scumbag, though.
The
so.
first baseman. Just
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike.
Woo!
Triple digits.
What's the exit velo on that?
up next to Minnesota. The center fielder.
So that'll bring in Byron Buxton. And their
Buxton.
season hangs in
Alright,
the
last at
balance
bat.
here as they're down to their final out.
No ball.
Strike in
One
the
strike.
letters, 0-1.
Come on, Buxton, put it on the ground. See if you
Rarely
can get one out.
pitcher of this quality
Oh,
throw
that's
one
not on the
right
ground.
Down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
The batter, number 11.
Here's the
Shortstop.
first pitch.
That's the ball.
Below the knees, one ball.
Whoa,
One ball.
let's
No
go.
strike.
To short. Torres brings it in. And the Yankees have cleared their first hurdle. They're
Back to
headed
the ALCS we
AL
go.
Championship
Once
Series.
again, going right through Minnesota. Beat them in the 2018 wild card game. Or no, that was Oakland. Beat them in the 2017 wild card game, sorry. And then beat them in the 2019 ALDS.
Well, they know their work is nowhere close to being finished, but they've handled their business so far, winning here to punch their ticket to the next round and a possible trip to the World Series. Well done.
And fellas, the outing turned in by the man you see there certainly can't go unrecognized. Aroldis Chapman. Talk about a worthy recipient. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he pitched really well. He wasn't necessarily dominant, but turned in a good, solid effort and definitely was a factor in the win here.
So the Yankees have stamped their passport to the League Championship Series.
Matt, they dominated the division series from beginning to end. I'm sure they're riding high, and they should be.
Nice.
They're gonna
Wow.
set
Poor
their
Homer
sights
Bailey
now
gets the loss
on
there.
who
He
they're
pitched his
facing
heart
in the
out.
next round.
And now what can we say for the Twins?
Well, they obviously lost their way in this series. They'll probably go into the offseason with lots of regrets for how this all ended for them. But they did have a commendable season, and I expect them to be back in the postseason mix next year.
Okay. So we're taking on Oakland in the ALCS. Matchup that has happened before. But we're looking at first in batting for us against their 15th. I'm kind of surprised they were that low in batting. They have a good lineup. Second in pitching for us versus their 4th in pitching. I'm kind of surprised that that's that good because I thought their lineup was what would carry them. Their bullpen is good, though. 13th in fielding for me versus 5th in fielding. I'm surprised their fielding is honestly not top like 3. Nah, I guess so. I mean, Chapman, Olsen, Laureano, Simeon. Who's their second baseman? It's not Profar. That was last year. Shit. Either way. So, wow, okay, the Padres are undefeated in the postseason. They've won 6 straight postseason games, sorry. The wild card game swept the Dodgers in 3, and now have won 2 straight against the Cubs to take a 2-game lead in the NLCS. That's unbelievable. We're up 4-0 in Game 1 of the ALCS against Oakland. It's only the top of the 5th, and they're having me come in, but whatever. Garrett Cole has yet to give up a hit. Garrett Cole has yet to give up a base runner, sorry.
Let's check in with Heidi Watney, who's had a chance to ask both ball clubs about making it to the league championship series. Heidi?
Heidi, shut up.
Here comes the first pitch.
Leading off for Oakland, the left fielder, number 2.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen.
Yankees don't have to worry about facing Houston like they did in 2015, 2017, and 2019.
Multiple ways, up, down, in and out.
15, the Astros beat them in the wild card game. 17 and 19, the Astros beat them in the LCS. I just realized the Yankees have been losing the Astros every other year in the postseason. That was their postseason kryptonite. Regardless of the trash cans, I understand that obviously influences a lot. Obviously, it's not their only thing. They didn't make it in 2016, and then in 2018, the Red Sox steamrolled them. For the most part, the Yankees did win 1 game, and they made Game 4 close. But, Sox won Game 1, and then demolished them in Game 3. But in that time, in 2017, the Yankees went through Minnesota to get to Houston. And, wait, who did they beat in the ALDS? Cleveland. And then they also, in 2019, went through, 2018, went through Oakland to get to Boston before they got booted. So, kind of their 2 teams that they have their numbers. Oakland and Minnesota. I'm kind of rambling.
Leading off for the Yankees, the third baseman, number 29.
Ground ball left side.
That's Matt Chapman. He's going to make that play every time. The always intense Matt Chapman, who ESPN did an interview with during the Giants-Dodgers opening night game for some fucking reason. He talked about yoga, doing the downward dog. It couldn't have been weirder and irrelevant.
There's a drive high in the air.
Solid contact, not gone though. He's jogging out there and left.
Davis is back to the warning
track. Power swing maybe, but
put it away for the
up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar.
Hit on the ground out to
3-pitch inning for Sean Manaea after struggling in the first inning. He's been on point.
It won't come any easier than that. First pitch of the at-bat.
Leading off for Oakland, the catcher,
Austin Allen will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Very rarely does a pitcher like this leave him in a location like that. That's a pitch right there he'd like to have back. He'd love to swing at that one again.
Pitch is popped up. Cole waits on it. He's got it 1 away.
Looked like he had his glove squeezed the entire time and just fell in the little part that was left.
Now batting, the right fielder.
First pitch on its way.
Scotty.
Scotty is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1.
It looks like the.
And that's in there for strike 2.
I'm not going to say it yet, actually.
This is one of the things that makes him so effective as a pitcher.
No, actually, fuck it. I was going to make a comparison and say this is completely irrelevant to what's going on right now. But looks like the Padres are making a 2007 Rockies-esque run, taking the wild card. I mean, granted, the Rockies. Well, they did have to play the game 163 for the back when the wild card was still 1 team. Padres and Rockies tied for the wild card, so they had to do 163 to see who would get the wild card game. Rockies won it. So they won the wild card game, and then I don't think the Rockies went undefeated in the postseason to get to the World Series, but they certainly steamrolled, like, a lot. Like, they were the momentum-wise the favorites, even though they didn't really have any business being there.
Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring
leading
in the
off
second
for the
baseman,
Yankees,
DJ LeMahieu.
the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Oh, here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Line to shortstop.
That was such a low pitch. Damn.
Now batting, left fielder, Giancarlo.
Dog shit. Stanton.
First offering on its way.
Hey, look at Giancarlo getting on the board. Not exactly when we needed it, but it never hurts.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great
That'll be it for
ones find a
Shaman.
way
No,
to
Shaman
rise to the
Nice.
occasion in the postseason, and he did right
The
there.
right fielder, number
And that'll bring
99,
up Aaron Judge.
Aaron
And
Judge.
he puts it on the ground to second.
Very not Aaron
For a
Judge-esque,
base
but
hit,
whatever.
his
We'll take it.
second of the ball game.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get
The
a glove
batter,
on it. Hard
the
single.
shortstop,
Yeah, watch your lips
Labor.
right there, Dan. Sent it back
Torres. Your attention, please.
Here comes Bob Melvin now,
Now
out of the
pitching
Oakland
for the
dugout.
Athletic,
And he's going to motion
Number
for his
33.
bullpen here. That'll
Ooh,
do it for
Daniel
the starter tonight.
Mendez.
So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision.
Yeah, not a good outing for Shamanaya. 4-run first certainly wasn't good. Check swinging doesn't exist. I always forget about that.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
I'm so glad I killed that fucking fly, dude. That was so satisfying. The last one I trapped in
I
my
like that he tried
sliding
to tie him
door,
up inside
and then
on that
eventually
pitch,
got him
but
like I tricked
it
him.
was
I
a
think
little
he
bit of a
was
risky
outside.
situation.
Follow
because
the air, follow the
if you're
breeze.
off just a little bit, you can end up plunking a guy.
This one
That's
I
the
just
last
sandwiched.
thing you
I got
wanna
my
do
slippers on
when
both
you've got a
hands
guy 0-2.
and just
Oh,
fucking
one
sandwich
there.
that shit. Wow, how can you be that slow?
Talk about doing the job out of
Whatever.
first offering on its way.
Leading off for Oakland, the center fielder,
Strike one to
number
start the
22.
at-bat. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
And what's crazy is Garrett Cole is one of the best pitchers in the game, period.
Oh,
He's a top 5 for
There's
sure,
another pitch
most
for a
likely a
strike.
top 3.
This guy's really attacking hitters well tonight. Being
He's not
aggressive
Jacob
early
DeGrom,
on, and if he continues to
but it's
throw
like
strikes
the
he
Mike
is,
Trout
he's
said. If
gonna
Mike
have
Trout
a pretty
doesn't
good
exist, Mookie Betts is the most valuable player in the game of baseball.
The shortstop,
If DeGrom doesn't exist, then you can get your debate going. You know, Scherzer or Cole, and I think now you got to lean a little bit more towards Cole.
He's still looking
But
great
that's
to me
besides the
out
point.
there on the mound. Punched out the first guy in the 7th.
Yeah, like he's going to be an ace no matter where he goes.
Right here. Looks
You
like
put
he could
you
stay in
put
this game
Garrett
a
Cole
while
on
longer.
any team, and if it weren't for, like I said, Jacob DeGrom, it's like if you put Garrett Cole on the Mets, he's not the ace.
Struck him out.
But that's just unfair at that
It's
point.
been
But
a rough night at the yard for him. That's
you
3
put
times he's gone down on strike.
Garrett Cole on any
Now
team,
that
he's an ace.
So they
The first
really
baseman.
figured
Then you
out
put Aaron
Matt.
Nola on any team,
0-1.
and he's
First pitch
pretty
fastball
much an
swung on
ace.
and missed 0-1.
There's like, you know, a handful of exceptions,
Slider gets the outside.
but he is certainly a
That's
top
strike.
tier pitcher.
his slider's been
So it's insane to think that he's my number 2.
And he struck him out to retire the side, so he's through 7.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's the other thing. Like,
In
fortunately
now,
for this
Gary
team here,
Sanchez.
you're getting routed by
For the
Garrett Cole. You're
Yankees.
getting stomped on.
The catcher.
You gotta face Aaron Nola.
Gary Sanchez.
And then Justin Verlander, who could easily be an ace on a couple of teams still, and certainly be a number 2 guy on a lot of teams, is my number 3. Well, he should be my number 3. Then you got Paxton and Tanaka to round out the 4-5. That's a filthy rotation.
And that's the first down.
And then when Severino were to, if this team had Severino, we're talking
Now
Cole
batting,
1,
first
Riding
baseman,
in
probably
once again,
Severino 2. Well, depending on which Severino we get.
Boy.
Because, like, if he's fixed and back to, like, his peak, which was a short-lived time period, but if he's back in that form, then yeah, Severino's 2. Nola's 3. Verlander's 4. You want Paxton or Tanaka for 5. The other one goes in as a 6th starter slash bullpen, like long relief. And then you got Jordan Montgomery just hanging out. J Happ is gone. J Happ was ass this year.
No errors for the Yankees so far. To 1-2 now.
I mean, just ass. Like, he was awful. One of the worst pitchers, period, that I've had to deal with, for that matter. Like, this is my 30th team. After this team is complete, after this run is complete, I will have done a March to October with all 30 teams. Thank God he beat that out. He said there's no way he can be that slow. And with that being said, out of all 30 teams, J Happ has to be one of the worst pitchers I've dealt with.
Right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating.
Like, just pure dog shit. Ooh. Self-defense over there. Maybe that's part of why I'm like kind of just grinding through this right now, because this one's been kind of meh. And I'm not exactly on right now. Like, I'm not doing bad, but I'm not doing my best. But I want to get this done so I can just get to beginner, sim everything, open packs. I got a lot of fun coming my way after I finish this team, and I hate the Yankees on top of that too. Sox fan. So.
Chris Davis next to bat.
Was it the 8th inning? 66 pitches to start the 8th. That's unreal. He got like 12 strikeouts too. He got double digits at least. I know that much.
Take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Strike 2.
Ooh, surprised didn't swing with that. That was a solid curveball.
Struck him out for the first out of the inning.
How many strikeouts is that? 14 strikeouts.
Now batting, designated hitter, Mark Canha.
No ball, 1 strike.
0-1.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Got him.
15 strikeouts. I got 16, 17, 18. So I'd only have 19 if I struck out every batter between now and the end of the game.
Now batting.
There were 4 outs left, so I got all 4 strikeouts. Oh, sir.
He has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting.
Ooh, that's a bad location. I like Cole's repertoire for the most part. I think he needs a slight change, and that would be the knuckle curve if that were a regular curveball. Not that his knuckle curve is bad, but just it's not my knuckle curves aren't necessarily my thing because they don't break as much, seemingly. But really, it's the 5-tool. Like I always talk, my definition of a perfect 5-pitch repertoire would be a 4-seam fastball, especially if it's up in the upper 90s. Like Cole's is 98, 99. I have hit triple digits for the most. Once. Good rip, Andujar. So, high 90s fastball, a good slider, either good movement or good velocity, sometimes both. In this case, I think both is a very fair assessment. Low 90s with this break. A curveball, changeup, and then some sort of secondary fastball. In this case, Cole's got the 2-seamer. 2-seamer, cutter, sinker, splitter, running fastball on rare occasions. Any sort of fastball with movement.
Now batting.
This 2-seam. 2-seams are okay. I think I'd rather cutters. Sinkers are obviously very nice too because of the ground ball thing, but hey, speaking of ground balls, it's not what I wanted from you, Giancarlo, but I'm not surprised because you are absolutely dog shit in the postseason. I know you sucked in 2018. That was your first postseason. But I do not know. I do not recall if he played in the 2019 postseason, let alone what he did if he played. But I know he was. Yankee fans were not exactly thrilled with him, to say the least. 17 strikeouts, wow. Not exactly thrilled with him, to say the least, in 2018.
Gets the leadoff guy with a strikeout there, and it just seems like we've seen so many
82 pitches right now with 1 out in the 9th. That's a low pitch count.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
There it is. I knew I was going to fuck it up somewhere. Fucking Steven Piscotty doinks one off the fucking foul pole. Are you kidding me? What kind of bullshit is that? Fuck you. fuck you. Oh, okay, cool. Let's. No, I want to do something. Let me fucking do a game. Fuck you.
Look out. This runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked
well, fuck you.
Wow, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him. Here's the first pitch to him.
Now batting.
It's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. But it bends just foul into the second
Terrible
deck.
eviction. I don't care about not getting a perfect game. I don't care about not getting a no-hitter. I don't care about not getting a strikeout record or whatever. I care about bullshit. Steven Piscotty taking Garrett Cole deep when he's 8 1/3 through perfect,
The left fielder.
and a low pitch count like that is bullshit.
0-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Oh, that's inside.
Good waste pitch, 1-2. Last strike now for Oakland. 2 balls,
Really?
2 strikes.
We're gonna stare at those and act like they're.
Crowd of over 39,000
Yeah, fuck you. Give me my 19
on their feet.
strikeouts.
And he strikes him out to
Who
end
gives a fuck?
it here as they were able to get the possible
1-0,
tying
seriously,
run to
get
the plate,
fucking
but could not
steamrolled.
cash in. So the Yankees continue to dominate their way through this postseason, guys.
Get bent the fuck over.
Yet to lose a game. You've heard that phrase, right? A rolling stone gathers no moss. These guys are rolling, and that comes with a lot of confidence and some good mojo.
Yeah, Dan, with the momentum they've built up right now, these guys are like a runaway train.
Oh yeah, the insider is live, active. All right, game 2. We're up 2-1.
So the Yankees got the result they wanted in the series opener yesterday. Heidi, how would you assess this team's attitude entering today's contest? Now
Heidi, I don't give a shit.
Tony Kemp. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its
Wow,
groove.
foggy enough? I mean, it's not raining,
Only 2
so
hits
I guess I
far,
can
Matt,
be
and
happy
not
about
very
that.
many hard
That's a ball.
balls either. We'll see if they can
There will be
start
at least
making
one
some
game in this
adjustments.
postseason run where it's
All
raining,
those
because
strikes
that always
to count.
happens.
It's 1-1 to Tony
They
Kemp.
wouldn't
one
play in the
ball, one
rain,
strike.
but
Action in the A's
we're
bullpen
going to, I
now.
guarantee
It's
it.
both a left-hander and a righty that start to loosen up. Fouled off. And it's belted high.
Tony Kemp is going to take Aaron Nola deep. Yeah, again, with the bullshit.
Off the inning. And that'll bring in Ramon
Now
Laureano.
batting. Number 22.
Strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Like, that doesn't
He's 0 for 2
fucking
in the
happen.
ballgame so far.
I'm sorry, but it just
Ball.
doesn't
It's over,
fucking
but
happen.
low, it's a ball
Look
and a
out,
strike.
1-1.
If that's Matt Olson at the plate and he takes Nola deep, yeah, I buy that.
Ball.
Chapman,
Balls and a strike.
Laureano, Simeon, Davis, yeah, I buy that.
Line toward the alley in left
Tony
center.
Kemp,
And that
suck
finds
my
some
cock.
outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Especially in October. Suck my cock.
As we take a look at the replay here, you can see that
Now
it was
batting.
a hanging
Shortstop.
changeup. Nice job of
Marcus
staying back on it, and he's able to tattoo it for a double. And you know, if that pitch would have supplied more velocity, it might have been out of here.
Anger
He hit it
aside,
right on the screws.
I'm not actually, like, I'm
That'll bring up
frustrated.
power
I'm not
hitter Matt
mad
Olson.
and saying that this game's
Walk
actually
in his
bullshit.
last trip.
That'll happen. Guys just hit home runs sometimes.
Big swing.
Tony Kemp, can, you know, and case in point,
This is
Ball
where, as a
one.
batter,
Rajay
you gotta
Davis,
find a way.
Aroldis Chapman,
It's 1
World
and 2.
Series
Get
2016,
something
Game 7,
elevated. I know you gotta battle
bottom of
with
the
2
8th,
strikes and protect.
2 outs for that
If
matter.
anything is belt or above,
Tie game.
you gotta swing.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet.
You know,
that
it just
time.
happens.
2 away.
So, I'm frustrated that I gave up the lead. I'm not,
Fastball there.
oh, are you
You see a
fucking
lot of
kidding
that
me?
pitch.
I spoke too
Big
soon.
Meanwhile, this
I
ball's
didn't
gonna
give up
get
the lead,
through.
but now I
It's a
just did. I'm
base hit.
frustrated,
And
I'm
that'll
pissed
score a
off
runner
that I
from
gave up
third
the
as they
lead,
seize control
but it
here,
happens.
3-2.
Now batting. Designated hitter. Mark
Okay, Nola's clearly just not on this inning. What the
not
fuck?
Trying to do too much, just taking it right back up the chute again, staying within himself, and just knowing that anything to the outfield gets him an RBI.
The batter.
That's a good
The third baseman.
Matt.
If he doesn't get this out, I'm pulling him.
If they're trying to do a little bit too much, sometimes you just have to go ahead and hit the ball where it's pitched.
I don't give a shit how much I like pitching with him. This is the Nola I pitched with in Philly. Just cannot fucking get it done. He could not get it done when I was pitching, when I was playing my Philly run. Finally out of the fucking inning. Limited damage. We gave up 2 runs. We gave up the lead.
No errors and a couple of men left on.
Leading off.
Frankie Montes is still in the game.
The first baseman.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
In today's game, with velocity and exploding breaking stuff, you have to find a way to control the strike zone.
Get through that shift.
Just past his outstretched glove into left.
I'm not having nearly as many home runs, I feel, in this postseason.
Some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously
up next to
one
the
of
Yankees.
Another base
The center
hit,
fielder.
leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason.
Line to the right side.
Straighten that out, Aaron. That higher to the right. It's down the fucking middle. You gotta do something with that.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Shot down the first base.
This
will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now.
Pitch number 100 for Montes. Taking
nothing in 2 count and the pitch.
I got the count 1 and 2.
Fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Hey, that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close, but on hit right now, I'm still sitting on that heater.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive.
That was a nasty pitcher's pitch right there. Most guys strike out on that one. He was able to scramble at a little bit and give him another chance.
Well, it's not a double play, so I'm not mad. Not happy,
this
but
is
I'm not
unfortunately
mad.
right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
Now batting.
Taking in once again,
Number 29.
Gio Urshela, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Oh, way to go, Gio.
Short, 6.
My middle name, inning, ending double play. And my middle name's
settling in now. Austin
4 words long enough. All right, Nola.
So far.
How about we have a good bounce back in here?
In there for a called strike.
I'm gonna give you a leash. If anyone gets in scoring position, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and even if you give up a base runner, I'll be fine with it. Anyone gets to second base, 2 guys get on, if anyone makes it to second somehow or another. If you give up a single or a walk, you're fine. If someone does anything besides that, you're done.
The batter.
Nice
right
job
fielder.
there, taking the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a
0-1
game, especially this late, getting that first kind of inning is so.
Well, you're done.
Piece
of shit.
Racing back, the right fielder.
Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted you to jump there. Alright, yeah, you're definitely done, Nola. Way to shit the bed, dude. Way to suck.
Second baseman. Tony. Hey, your attention, please.
Steven Piscotty has 2 home runs in the fucking series now.
Number 48.
Here with 1 man gone in the top of the 7th.
I'm ripping shit mad at that though.
Back and he has it for route number 2.
Now
just an absolutely off night, piss poor for Aaron Nola, just shitting the bed when we need him most. See, if you go out there in June and you give up 4 runs and you lose a game, that's obviously not good. It's not ideal, and you don't want that ever. But it's fine. It's June. When you go out there in October and you're a number 2 guy and you're a guy that could be an ace on a lot of staffs, and you're going to give up 4 runs, that's piss poor. That's dog shit. That's ass. Everyone, Duhart, great swing. Lead off double. Let's go.
That's what you call a clutch piece.
Now batting. The second baseman.
I'm surprised Montes is out for another inning. He started the inning over 100 pitches and basically no innings.
This one's getting interesting.
And they have a good bullpen. That's a productive out. The runner moved up. Obviously, I'm pissed, and I'd rather you not make an out, but you at least moved the runner up. So again, I'm not mad.
Now batting.
I'm happy, but I'm not mad.
Aaron. 1 man is out, and that'll bring up the big bat of Aaron Judge.
Got to get the run in now.
The guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
2-0 now.
I don't even think this is pitching around. This is just missing the zone so badly. So you don't got no energy. Had a boy, Aaron.
And it's going to get down. A base hit. Scoring is the
we got a base hit, 1-run game.
Cut the lead down to
That's
one.
definitely in for Montes now.
Hey, you tip
Now I
your
gotta go
hat
through
to
the
the
good-ass
batter
bullpen.
to find
Starting with
find
Mr.
some
Sucks in
there,
October.
but man,
Giancarlo
that has to frustrate you, Dan. And
Stanton.
execute a pitch right there.
It does. Anytime you make a good
That's
pitch,
down the
that it
middle.
looked like it was a
95
ball
is not
in for a
overbearing.
base
I
hit. You
power
make a good
swung.
pitch,
It should
but
be a
you
one-run
don't
lead right now for
necessarily
us.
always get the kind of results you want as a pitcher.
Oh, instead, Giancarlo Stanton continues to again. I honestly, I'm not kidding. If it weren't for the fact that it's Giancarlo Stanton, I would very much consider right now benching him for Brett fucking Gardner. I hate Brett Gardner, and he's not even that good in this game either. But my God, Stanton sucks.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Against a modern-day bullpen.
But hey, I'll tell you what.
These guys are throwing flames.
Gotta tip my cap to the folk over there at SDS Studios. That's redundant. San Diego Studios, the people that make this game, develop this game.
The first baseman.
Lifelike as fuck, realistic as all hell. Stanton sucks in October.
Belted high in the air out to left. Back goes Stanton to the track. A leap at the wall, but forget it. It's gone.
buy
A
that.
home run.
That happens.
Here's Chris Davis.
I'm not surprised that Canley sucks.
0-1.
The left fielder.
He sucked all year, and I didn't really want to use him, but
Well,
use him
that's
to Britain, and Britain can't find the zone to save his ass.
1-2
1 ball,
as he chases
2
the
strikes.
slider. Both teams with 8 hits in this one. He's able to take the ball the other way.
Wow, we are getting
High and
shelled.
deep to right center. And this is going to find the wall.
Hey, Aaron, you want to throw the ball in, dude?
And this throw gets away from
Holy
him.
shit. What is going on?
Up next for Oakland, the designated hitter, Mark Hanna.
I'm about to bring in Jonathan Holder in a second.
So now it's Mark Hanna.
I'd really like Canley to finish this fucking inning.
Right down the pipe.
Nope,
Close
that's
with the slider
inside.
there, but it's 1-1. Davis leads on second with 1 gone.
Oh my
in
God,
the
he's going to
inning.
beat that out.
Slow roller down the third base
Either way, he
line.
advanced the runner.
And there are 2 away now.
Fuck.
Now batting,
The
third
game
baseman,
close. Here's the pitch.
Matt.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
I'm not going to
attention,
score 2 runs off this bullpen,
Now pitching for
especially with
the
how much.
Athletics.
Again, also very lifelike.
Number
This team's
40,
striking out a lot all of a sudden. It's like my influence doesn't matter. Gotta keep it real. Oh my God, you get that much of a gift for a curveball and you pop it up into foul territory? Holy
Now
shit,
batting,
that is bad.
catcher,
Yeah, everyone's got like 2.
Gary.
It seems like everyone in the lineup has 2 strikeouts now.
Sanchez.
Which wouldn't surprise me. That's very lifelike as well.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. This is popped up. Simeon is right there, and he's got it for out number 2.
Now batting,
Stepping
the
up to
first
plate,
baseman,
Luke Voigt.
Luke.
Only 4 outs remaining for them to try
Voigt.
and rally back in this one. Now here's the pitch. Ground ball left side. Defense set up perfectly on the
Got it.
first. And can you believe it? A 3. All set for the start of the inning. And next to
Leading
hit is
off
the
for the
catcher,
Athletics.
Austin Allen.
the catcher,
Jonathan Holder
Austin
enters from the pen to start
Allen.
the 9th inning.
Your
as he'll
attention,
try
please.
to keep the score right
Now
where it
pitching
is
for
heading
the
to the
Yankees.
bottom of the 9th.
No ball,
Behind
number
0-2 now.
56, Jonathan
Nothing in 2 count
Holder.
and the pitch. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Stephen
Now
Piscotty
batting,
will stand in to
the
try
right
it again
fielder,
already with one home run of the ball game.
Piscotty.
And on cue, here it was back in the 7th inning. A solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will wind up being a foul ball. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
The batter, number 5.
Lifted the other way out to left center.
Tony Kemp.
Hicks is going to have room out there as he puts this.
Your
William
attention,
Hendricks
please.
takes the ball now in
Pitching
inning number
for the
9,
A's.
looking to close the door.
Number 16.
Now to the plate, Aaron
Liam
Hicks. He's the one
Hendricks.
to start things off with his guys in danger of seeing this series
Ball 1, no
leveled at a
strike.
game apiece, barring a 9th inning rally. The 1-0. Here's a swing and a shot back up the middle. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Well, you're usually in this situation looking for a bloop and a blast.
Now
He
batting,
didn't want to bloop it.
number
and he hit
29.
a missile, bringing the tying run to the plate. Let's see if they can capitalize.
That'll bring in Giovanni
that's
Urshela.
good.
As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
That's ball 2.
Maybe a little frustrated on the mound
2
here
balls,
as the
no
fastball
strike.
misses for ball 2 now.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
Line drive to left. And that's in there. Base hit.
Well, D'Lo, you have to love that if you're a hitter. You get ahead in the
Now
count
batting,
2-0. You get a
the
fastball
designated hitter,
right down the middle.
Miguel
You knew what to do with it.
Andujar.
You fight tooth and nail to get into count leverage at bats.
Inside ball.
2-0, 3-1, 1-0 to buy yourself that fastball middle cut, and he didn't miss it.
Hey, this isn't going to be an easy save. These guys are making him work for this one.
And that's
2-0.
inside and a bit low anyways. It's 2-0.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
There's a ball into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Hicks is on his way home. He comes across to score. And the deficit is down to only 1 now.
Now batting,
Hey,
the
D'Lo,
second
they're
baseman,
making this guy pay.
DJ
That's 3 straight singles
Love
and a run
Mayhew.
driven in.
Yeah, nothing hit extremely hard. Killing them softly, station to station with those knocks.
Laureano is there. 1 away.
the right fielder,
Now
number
it's Aaron
99.
Judge, as he'll look to
Aaron
bring home that tying run from
Judge.
second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat. Now a swing as he shoots this down the right field line.
Time,
And,
that ball
oh,
bounced
what
over.
a tough break
2
there
bases.
as this hops over the wall for
Now
a
batting,
ground rule
the
double.
left fielder,
And that winning run will be
Giancarlo
forced to stop at third base.
Stanton.
Wow. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a fly ball. And that should be deep enough to end it. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And they
Now he
will
got it.
claim
Great.
game 2 as well as they walk off a winner.
I have the biggest fucking cock for all of Oakland to suck right now. And this game. I got lucky that I was able to score on that sac fly because Laureano's got a great arm out there. And Duar speed was just enough to get him in there. Literally just enough to get him in there. Fuck this game.
Yeah, Matt, let me share an interesting
So
stat. A
fucking
team that jumps
hard,
out to a
and
2-0
fuck you,
lead
Oakland.
in a 7-game series, they win that series about 83% of the time.
That's super interesting right there, Dan. And that's all well and good. But the way I look at it, only 50% of the work is done right now. In 2 more games against a very good team, we're now going to be fighting out of a corner. You can never get comfortable in postseason baseball.
Wow, the Braves DFA'd Mike Foltynewicz. Clearly they had to have seen something very wrong. Cubs have come back to tie the series up 2 games apiece. And we're up 2 games to none under a streak. I did not. Wow, that's fucked.
Let's go down to the field with Heidi Watney for a report on what she took away from her talks with the players. Heidi?
Matt, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead in this 7-game series, but they seem anything but satisfied. One team leader told me that we believe the only thing that can beat us in this series is ourselves. The key to not doing that is staying in the right frame of mind. Our opponent is going to come at us hard today, and we have got to be ready.
Leading off for the Yankees, the first baseman, Luke. Void.
Jesus Luzardo pitched terrible for my opening run.
And right into the shift.
That's foul.
This is foul for the first strike.
Good potential though. So I'm hoping he can turn that around in my beginner run.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. That's a hit.
Void is doing what he can to just get on base despite his shift. Wow, that's our first hit of the game.
Some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously another base hit. Leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Well, a foul ball here, 0-1. From the belt, the pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble.
Not going to score on that, but I'll try it.
Voigt ignores his coach. He's chugging for home.
All the way from first, Luke Voigt. Nice. Picking him up and putting him down.
Well,
I really wasn't sure about that. If that throw doesn't get cut off, I think he gets thrown out. Nice for being no hits in front.
I thought they might hold the runner at third, but they send him anyway, and the run scores.
Position too at that.
Urshela leads off second with nobody out. This is
there we go, Aaron Hicks. 2-run shot. Hell yes.
One is gone.
Aaron Hicks has been having a quiet, good postseason.
You might get away with throwing a ball in that location in the minor leagues.
He's a righty, no
less. When you get one up like that in the
zone,
more
power against
these guys, you're going to get exactly
he's a better consistent hitter against lefty pitching. He's a left-handed hitter, power-wise. That's righty pitching.
Now that is designated hitter.
And that'll bring up Miguel Andujar. Line to shortstop, and there's one away.
Now batting. Second baseman.
Plate, DJ LeMahieu.
But from being no hit to up 3-0, I'll take that any day of the week.
High fly ball after straightaway
all the time.
Laureano is there, 2 gone.
They had a 3-run inning every inning. That's 27 runs.
Now that
left field now. It was a flyout for him in his last
trip. How a team ties that in
almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it.
Hey, look, he actually got a base hit.
He's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Yeah, and I think he might have lulled himself into a false sense of security out there.
Right fielder.
Prior to this inning, he was pitching a shutout. But now he's starting to look.
He's pitching a no-hitter prior to this inning, so I've been told. Yeah.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And it's fouled away. 3 runs already home here. Grounded weakly to the left. Chapman's got it on the second.
I think he was safe.
Next up for the A's.
What the hell? Why is Paxton pitching game 3? Verlander literally, like, sometimes this game likes to only go based off over, like, it'll never go off who had the better. Okay, it's definitely not. It'll never go off who had the better regular season, which it should, but it usually likes to solely go off of overall. Regardless, Verlander had a better regular season than Paxton and has a higher overall than Paxton.
Swinging strike, and now
of course, why would I have control in game mode where I'm supposed to have control?
That's been a big factor why he's been so successful.
That's one thing I cannot stand about this game mode.
The first baseman.
Like, the game mode is called March to October. To me, that always says you have control over your pitching rotation. For the most part, you don't always, as it is in the regular season, but for the most part, you have control over your pitching rotation from March to October. But once you get into October,
He's getting a lot of swings outside the
you don't
zone.
really have a say in that.
You
can set your lineup after game one.
Got
But you can't control who starts what game, which is like the most important thing in the postseason. Who starts when?
Stands in as he looks at a called strike. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2.
And that's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. Paxton's one strike away from the 6 shutout innings here in Game 3. Of course, that didn't happen, but he's pitching good to this point. But I'm still pissed because I don't want him out there right now.
Now batting.
I want him out there tomorrow. Maybe I want Tanaka. I don't know. I get the feeling Verlander would have been able to finish the inning by now.
And this one's over at the knees, 2-1. From the belt, the pitch, 2-1 pitch. Knuckle curve swung on and missed, 2-2. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. The A's. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres.
Wow, they're sticking with Luzardo after last inning.
The shortstop.
A little surprising.
Gleyber
Torres. Comes the first pitch.
There you go. Hanger, put it in the seats. That'll be the end for Luzardo, too.
See you later. Over the wall, a home run.
No surprise with that swing of the bat. This guy is simply one of the best in the game right now. There's not too many guys that take a beautiful hat like that in the league.
Now pitching for the A's.
There's Sanchez.
Number 36. You Barrow.
Oh.
Starter here tonight. So we'll leave after 6 rather nondescript innings of work as he stands to be the loser in this one. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Oh, and that ball's absolutely crushed down the line.
Back-to-back, Gleyber and Gary.
Going to stay fair and make it back-to-back home run.
From the Bombers.
Yeah, that was solid strategy going with the right-handed receiver there. Looking for the right-on-right advantage, but he took that strategy.
The offense have solely missed for the most part in this postseason.
Boy.
Now a ball lined
to the left
side.
Home runs. Now I got 3 this game.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the ground and right at the
Ooh, wow, the rare Matt Chapman error.
For a hit.
Or it's going to be a base hit. And again, Luke Voigt just finds ways to get base hits.
Hey, this guy's having a big series.
They're calling that a base hit.
Looks like to me.
Yeah, base hit.
Gio.
Just despite all this shifting, Voigt will get a base hit.
He looks terrific.
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely. Postseason monster right here. Having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
Laureano patrolling center makes the play, 1 out.
Now batting.
One gone here in the Yankee 7th.
Aaron.
And that'll bring up the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Just missed that one.
Toward right center field. The Scotty's on the move.
He got his back turn. He's got a noodle for an arm.
And tagging is the runner from first. Throw into second. Not in time. He took a chance tagging up, but made it pay off.
Up next for the Yankees.
Fly out to right center.
Here's Miguel Andujar.
He tagged from first to second. They got 20 speed. Fuck you.
Here's the first pitch to him.
That was just dumb. But that's playing the game. You know, you got a guy with his back turned who's got a noodle for an arm. Might as well.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
Guess it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
That one as this one's lifted high in the air and deep out to left
From the
field.
Bombers.
Into the concrete staircases and gone.
Well, sometimes runs come
Third home run of the inning.
and that's definitely the case in this
Your
inning.
attention,
That's
please.
Three, count 'em.
Now
three
pitching
home
for the
runs
A's.
in this frame alone.
Number
4
62.
for the game. Did
Blue.
someone throw a home run derby they didn't tell me about?
Ravino.
Sure looks that way.
Hit down the line at first.
Letting a little frustration out this game with these home runs, so it feels nice.
Here's the 0-1. Slow roller out to short. He's got it. And not too shabby out
Game
of
1
the pen.
pissed me
It's
off
just
because of that blown perfect game. Game
last
2
half
pissed
of
me
the
off
seventh
just
here.
because
And
Athletic.
next, the ever versatile
The
Chad
left
Pinder.
fielder.
A swing and a
Chad
shot hit down the corner.
Pinder.
And that nearly would have gotten him on
Game
the
3 is
board.
pissing me off
Instead,
because
it's a
Paxton's on
long
the mound.
foul
Inside
ball.
ball.
And 1-1 as this
I have
moves
not
in
been a
on the
fan
eighth.
of this series.
Pulled high in the air out to left
Giancarlo
field.
Stanton just
Stanton has
sucks.
a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Like it seems like he's
Now
just very
back.
fragile.
Right fielder.
First pitch
Steven.
on its way. Steven
Hey,
got it.
got it.
Maybe a little bit
Finds
physically
himself
because of the
behind
injuries now
0-1.
starting to stack up a little bit, but
Now the pitch.
definitely mentally you cannot handle the pressure of the postseason for the most part.
The 7th inning is
I
one
know
of
he had a
those
home
innings
run
when you might
in
start
the
seeing
wild
some
card game in
warning signs
2018,
from your starters
but it
that
was
they're
our home run when the
reaching
Yankees
the
had
end
already
of
had the
their rope,
lead
but that's
late
not
in the
the
game.
case here. He looks really
Home
solid
run that,
to me.
had it not happened,
That's a
would
ball.
not have at all
1
changed
and
the
2.
outcome.
I got the count. 1 and 2.
Most likely, obviously, butterfly effect things happen. You know, say somebody gets in that bat 5 minutes sooner because
Hit
of
out
that
towards
didn't
second.
happen. It's like whatever, but you know what I mean.
And that's
He's
the
out.
second out.
All right, let's
The
put
batter.
Paxton after this
The
inning.
second
So
baseman.
2 are gone now in
Tony.
the Oakland half of the
Sit
7th.
down.
Yeah.
And
Sort of
striding
Montgomery
toward the
warm
plate
up.
to hit next, Tony Kemp.
Actually, no. Tanaka warm up. As much as I don't necessarily want to pitch for
First
Tanaka
pitch
because
of
he's
the
got kind of a
at-bat.
slow delivery.
And he throws the fastball by him
0-1's the
here.
count.
Between him
0-1.
and Montgomery,
You
he's
see
definitely
there,
earned
the
it
pitch
more.
count is up to 88, and at this point in the game, that's a good place to be. So I think we'll see him stay out there for at least a little while longer.
No,
And
this is his
fouls
last
this
batter
one
if he
off.
gets the out. This is
No
his
runs,
last inning,
4 hits,
regardless.
and no errors
I'm not
in
putting
the
him
ball
back
game
out
for
there.
the A's so far.
So,
Scorched to third.
pick it up.
Oh, and he has some trouble with it.
Good recovery.
And
Oh!
that
On the
will
tag,
conclude
Caesar.
matters here
Wow.
in the 7th.
I got lucky there.
A's are gone in order.
That happens to me
They
a
need
lot,
to get
though. If I'm
something
running down the
cooking
first
here.
base
It's
line
7-0.
and the computer throws it off the bag, I'll end up getting tagged.
And
Bullshit
digging into the
animation.
batter's box next will be
I'll take it
Giancarlo
down.
Stanton.
The left fielder. Giancarlo
Now
Stanton.
here's the pitch. Squared that one
Down
up
the
just a
middle.
little late.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
That's in everybody's wheelhouse. That's in Helen Keller's wheelhouse. There you go.
Giancarlo swings, and this ball is
But
hit
again,
well
late in the game,
into
it's the 8th
left
inning, we're
field.
up 7-0. I'll take it, don't get me wrong, but 441, damn. 111 exit
Fans
velo,
are
too.
getting plenty of souvenirs today. That's the 5th ball we've seen clear the fence
Here
by
come
just this
the
one
Bombers.
lineup alone.
Yeah,
5
Matty,
home runs
how
as a
about
team
this,
tonight.
D-Rook?
The
You
right
come to
fielder,
watch
number
offense,
99.
You picked the right game
Aaron
to come and see.
5
Judge.
bombs from one team.
And after missing
Ball
that
right
first
now.
pitch, that
They're
pissed me
making
off.
fun right now of the guys who don't have a homer in this
A
one.
lot of feeling good
He's
right
hitless
now.
in 3 at-bats to this point. Heading out to
That's
the shallow
annoying as
right.
fuck. Fastball down the middle.
Piscotty is in a few steps
Little
as he
rinky-dink
takes it for
fly
the first
ball.
down.
Now
Trying to
batting.
pick things up
The
where
short-
he
Was
left
one of the few
off.
guys that had been pretty
Braver.
productive all
Coming off a
postseason to this
solo
point.
homer in his previous trip.
And in that last at bat, it makes you think that this guy might have went up there looking for the breaking ball because he certainly got a breaking ball,
I wonder if a power swing
and
that
he
would've
didn't
went
miss
better.
it. Hit it right on the screws.
Pinder
Over there.
is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there
Now
are
batting.
2 gone now.
Catcher. Gary.
I don't think I power swung in
Blake
any of these home
Gary
runs I
Sanchez.
hit.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at bat.
I think I did with Stanton.
That last at bat, that was a changeup
Like,
he hit
honestly,
for a
do not
home
remember.
run. I'm going to see it.
Got
Well,
it.
the play's been made, and that retires the sun.
Alright, come on in,
Ready to
Masahiro.
go for the last half of the inning.
Leading
Not
off.
Next
good
up,
postseason track
catcher,
record, for the
Sean
most
The
part,
catcher.
from what I can
Masahiro
remember.
Tanaka
John.
is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the
Murphy.
bottom half.
I don't
of the
understand why
inning. This is going to get on through
every
the
single
center, a
time
leadoff hit.
I'm on the mound.
There's a hard hit ground
And a
ball.
ball comes right back at me. I can never get a glove on it.
Number 22.
When I'm up to bat, if I get a ground ball, and I hit it right back up the middle, pitcher. Not only is he going to hit it or knock it down, but he's going to have enough time to recover and get the out at first, or if there's a runner at first, recover and turn two.
Strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
If I'm lucky, I'll knock it down
The bat.
and not have enough time to throw him out, because God, that would be insane.
Mark it.
But at least keep him in the infield, that way it's a guaranteed nothing more than a
Quick
single.
enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1.
I guess it maybe looks a little better in infield single versus
Ball back outside.
up the middle through the whole single.
Ball taken there, 2-1 now. All even now, 2-2. A line shot to third base, but the runner is back in time to avoid the double play.
Now batting.
Ready for
First
another
baseman.
shot now. Matt Olson.
Matt.
He was retired via the ground ball last time up. No balls and 1 strike. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
That was a good swing.
Yo, Masahiro.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will. New inning set to get underway.
Leading
Here
off for the
comes the
Yankees.
first baseman.
The first baseman. Luke
The pitch.
Voigt.
Hit hard towards the hole. Simeon's there. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting. Third baseman.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Gio Urshela. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. He's set and the pitch. Drives it out to deep right center field. And that's into the gap.
If that weren't,
extra bases.
He's, fuck it.
Around second. He's on his way to third. The relay throws, and it's in time.
I got lucky even then that Lorena like bobbled it. I should not have sent him at all.
Now batting. The center fielder, Aaron Hicks.
Standing in now, Aaron Hicks.
Oh, straighten that out, Aaron.
Off to the right and out of play.
I mean, your second home run of the night.
He's got a hit in
Have one from each side of the plate if you hit that one out. I feel like that probably doesn't happen too often.
Now the 0-1.
In the postseason. Obviously, I know there are plenty of guys. I mean, again, it actually doesn't happen too often, but
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball
probably in the postseason, definitely even less. A guy hitting 2 home runs in the same game from each side of the plate. Even Troy hit a home run today batting as a righty. He was a switch hitter down in the minors, but he's been the second major league at bat as a right-handed batter. Wow, that would be out of play in any other field. That's bullshit. I hate Oakland's foul territory.
Striding forward now is
you get a first row seat in Oakland,
for the A's.
unless you're directly behind the plate, you're still like going to be distance-wise like 5-6 rows back compared to the ballpark. It's absolutely retarded. Almost as retarded as how fast that ball just rolled all the way up the middle. If the laws of friction no longer apply.
And he will get there as the A's have themselves a leadoff double. And
Up
that'll
next
bring
for
in
Oakland.
Matt Chapman. And
The
his
third
guys
baseman,
are looking to erase
Matt
that donut.
Chapman.
And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. And they'll get it in quickly.
Ease on that
First
one.
and third now
So
with nobody out.
Up next for Oakland. The left
And that
fielder.
brings up Chad
Yeah.
Oh, that gets called strike half the time.
It's ball 1.
Well, they've yet to hang a
falling
number
for a hit.
on the scoreboard, but it looks
Oh,
like
Aaron
they've
Judge
got a
said
great
no, and he's
opportunity
holding the runner
from
at
the
third.
breakthrough.
Wow.
Would be pretty demoralizing
catch.
if they can't.
Up next for
Outfielder
Oakland.
Stephen Piscotty
The
is
right
next.
fielder.
He's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gun. No
Piscotty.
balls and a strike to
Ooh,
count.
not where I wanted that sinker
Sinker,
at all.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice player. Nice.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Struck
That
him
boy
out.
Masahiro.
Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
This asshole.
Now batting.
Pauses.
The
Here's
second
first
baseman,
pitch. Tony
Tony.
is in with 2 away now as he looks
Kemp.
at a called strike 1. And called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
Boy, this is one of those
I would really like
ABs
to get out of
that
this
hit the
with the
replay
shutout
button
so
on.
that way
Put
Tanaka doesn't
himself
have
in
an
a tough
ERA
spot
in
now,
like the
hitting
7s.
2 strikes.
Oh,
There's a
JK.
swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner.
Bullshit.
And
Absolute
that one is
bullshit.
gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. So now to the plate,
Now batting.
Sean Murphy.
The
Yeah,
catcher.
he is kicking himself right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
He
one's
worked
the
his
count.
tail off
I've had about as
Big.
much as I can take of this
and
game.
was one strike away from getting there, and then boom, all that work goes to waste.
I need to get the fuck off
Brings
this.
it in. A none lead here on the road as this one is over.
Yeah, and let me put it to you this way. The number of MLB teams that have ever come back to win a 7-game series after being down 3-0 can be counted on one finger. So, you know, don't crown the other guys yet, but I mean, good luck with this one.
I, for one, am not ready for this series to be over, and I don't expect they are
Still
either.
undefeated in the
So I look for
postseason.
them to fight back in Game 4. They've shown they can battle back throughout the entire season so far.
Alright, game 4, we're up 2-0. Cubs now a 3-2 lead, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.